Things to come.
Though it's the quarterfinals of the Class 2A Arkansas State football playoffs for Shiloh Christian this holiday weekend, it's been a continuous track to North Louisiana. Hello, everyone. I'm Austin Bivens welcoming you to Junction City, Arkansas. Well, technically Arkansas, though rumor has it here that roughly from the 20 and in is in Louisiana. Nonetheless, that's just added to an already hyper atmosphere in Junction City as the Dragons, number 3 in the state, have welcomed into town the number 1 ranked in Class 2A state defending champion, Saints of Shiloh Christian. Mike Morgan has spent his Thanksgiving holiday on the road and joins us now. And Mike, the Dragons averaging over 50 points, mostly on the land, rushing. Shiloh Christian averaging around 45 by air. It should make for a great night.
Should make for a great night, Austin. Look for that wishbone, an occasional power eye out of Junction City, but they've got tremendous team speed. Both sides of the football, defensive backs, linebackers, line, and of course those 3 running backs that they've got.
And Mike, you speak of those 3 running backs. Shiloh Christian probably has not seen team speed like that since Barton, maybe not even since the Barton Bears.
Well, that's right. And not only 1 running back, they've got 3 that Shiloh's going to have to key in on. So they're really going to have to follow these guys closely. You can't stack it over 1 guy. It's going to take a total team effort from these Saints tonight.
Mike, you mentioned 3 running backs for the Dragons, but one in particular that's caught Coach Malzahn as well as the state and Division I coaches around the nation's eye is Godfrey, Marcus Godfrey. He doesn't, every time, 4 times he touches the ball, that results in 1 touchdown by average. That's tough.
Well, it really is, and he builds up tremendous yardage. When you look at the stats, not a lot of carries per game. He is their go-to guy, though, Austin. He is their game breaker.
Well, and he is one that concerns Coach Gus Malzahn. And I sat down with Coach Malzahn before tonight's quarterfinal matchup, and I asked him what, if anything, his Shiloh Christian Saints could do to take a little fire out of this Dragon offense.
Turn everything back into the middle. If they get outside of us, we know, and I think our guys know that we're not going to catch them. So we're going to have 11 guys to the football, and we're going to have to tackle well because they're going to get some one-on-one situations. We didn't tackle great last week, so we're going to have to raise our game, and we've worked on it this week, so hopefully we'll tackle better.
Coach, with the Dragons averaging around 50 points a game, it seems like your team might have to put up quite a few points to even win this one. How are you preparing your team for that fact?
Well, you know, we're kind of honest with our kids. They've got so many big play guys. They're going to have some big plays. You know, it's going to be, you know, we're looking for a shootout type game, and we feel good about those type games. I know our kids can handle it mentally. You know, so we've been in those games before. So we're looking for a shootout. We're telling our kids we just need to outscore them. It's nothing against our defense because our defense can play well, and we expect to play well. But we have a lot of respect for their offense and their backs. They got a huge offensive line. They've got 3 backs that run 4-6 or better, and they block for each other well. So we have a lot of respect for them, and you know, it ought to be a good game to watch.
Mike, these Dragons indeed breathe a little fire when it comes to running that ball offensively. Something that concerns Coach Malzahn, no doubt. Haven't seen a team like this with this kind of speed and accuracy offensively running. But these Dragons have not seen a team that executes and throws the ball like Shiloh. What's it going to take for one of these 2 teams to make it into the semis?
Well, it's going to be a defensive struggle. They're going to try to contain each other. Defensively for Shiloh, they're going to have to play total team defense. They're going to have to clog up the middle, clog up those running lanes, string it out a little bit, and then contain. Junction City's got another challenge. They rely on a lot of athleticism, a lot of team speed to the ball. If they don't stay home, Shiloh's going to burn them by misdirection, crossing patterns, and going the other way.
Coach Malzahn in the interview mentioned that it should be an interesting game, at least from a fan's perspective. I'm not too sure about the 2 head coaches. Mike, these 2 teams come into tonight's game averaging to combined 100 points of offense per game.
Well, as Coach Malzahn said, he wants a shootout, Austin. He wants fast tempo, a lot of quick scoring, and as he told these Saints earlier this week, let's see who blinks first.
We'll see after this timeout who will blink as we'll have the opening kickoff way down south in Junction City or north, depending on where you're standing on the football field. Mike Morgan, Austin Bivens will be here to explain all the exciting action between the number 3 ranked Dragons of Junction City and the number 1 Shiloh Christian Saints. It should be exciting quarterfinal matchup down in South Arkansas. When we come back, we'll have your opening kickoff. Shiloh getting set to kick away, and Mike, it looks like they're attempting an onside kick. They're lining up far to the left side. Perm Radio fans, Shiloh will be kicking from right to left, and they're going to kick away. It's the little onside kick. Shiloh wants it to go 10 yards, and it's not going to go 10 yards. So Shiloh kicks about a 6-yard kick, and Junction City, Mike, will get the ball at Shiloh territory to begin the game. It's rolling the dice there, Michael.
Not a good start for Shiloh. Looked like they tried to stack the line to the left side and then kick back the opposite way, hoping that they would catch Junction City in some poor alignment, but they didn't. And McNair did not get very much of a kick off, only about 6 yards. So they're going to take possession inside the 50-yard line, not about the 46.
And Mike, this will be the only time we get the play of the time of the game right, in that it is going to be 12 minutes left here in the first quarter, and that's it. Junction City starts out in the I formation, Mike, one wide right, and they'll go to the tailback, who busts up the middle. He avoids one tackler, two, and he's going to get near a first down yardage of about 7 yards as he pulls the heaviest nickel he'll find in the state of Arkansas. Grant Nickel, who came into the game, Mike, was questionable at best.
Yeah, Grant Nickel, a little bit banged up, Austin. He's just going to see some limited duty tonight. Shiloh's going to have to make some adjustments. They've been prepared for it, working on it all week, but they've got some big size, Junction City does up front, and Shiloh's going to need to match it size for size.
Folks, in case you're joining us, we're just underway in Junction City. First possession goes to the Dragons as a transformer blew out the entire lighting and electricity in Junction City. The Dragons have the ball in Shiloh territory, 2nd and 3. It's going to be a give to Marcus Godfrey. He's running out around the left side. He's in the secondary. You're not going to touch him. Touchdown, Junction City. And just like that, Shiloh's in a big hole in Junction City. 2 plays, 6 points. Shiloh didn't even come close to stopping Junction City. And Mike, this could be what happens with Shiloh's precision offense and defense coming out sluggish.
Well, Coach Malzahn was looking for a shootout, but he expected to hold Godfrey a little bit early on. 40 yards, he just went off left tackle. Austin had some great blocking up front, and he really just went straight down the field. There wasn't a lot of zigging and zagging going on. That hole was there, and he outran the Shiloh secondary. That's what concerns this Shiloh ball club tonight.
Joey Davis on to attempt the PAT. An official 39 yards on the run is what they counted as. And if the electricity were still out, I believe Junction City fans would have enough to ignite the entire stadium here at Junction City, Arkansas, as the Dragons take an early 7-0 lead. Folks, the scoreboard is out, but it doesn't matter because it took Junction City about 30 to 45 seconds to score first. Shiloh Christian, they run their offense, they win games on precision and on other people making mistakes, on being ready, and that is something, Mike, that this hour delay could have taken effect on Shiloh Christian. The Dragons getting set to kick away, and we were informed early on Shiloh might attempt a lot of onside kicks. Mike had killed them that time. They only made the Dragons go about 45 yards. A squib kick for Shiloh. Good hands by Shiloh this time is Sellers, and Sellers is decapitated at the 28-yard line. It could be face masking. It's not going to be that. And Junction City, who has never been as far as the second round, is as far as they've ever been in the state playoffs. They're in the quarterfinals for the first time. And Mike, I think it was phone a neighbor night here at Junction City.
Oh, let me set the atmosphere down here, Austin. There is not a seat left in this house. Matter of fact, they needed that hour delay in order to get all these fans in. El Dorado is emptied out. They're all down here. They are literally lining this entire football field.
Junction City showing everyone on the line. No one in the secondary. Shiloh sends Godwin in motion, and it's a sweep around the right side to David Meyer. He's got a first down. He cuts back in field. Fancy move by David Meyer. He's still on his feet. There's a fumble on the play, and Junction City's going to pick it up. And they're going to go the distance because no one's going to touch him. He's finally going to be taken down by Shiloh at the 20, the 10-yard line. It's pandemonium in Junction City, and it's not good for Shiloh. Number 14 with the recovery, Kevin Payne, and oh, it hurts Shiloh Christian.
Well, Meyer made a great play, run to the outside, a little misdirection. They caught Junction City about 15 yards down the field. He made a little sidestep. Someone came in and put a hat or a helmet right on the football, Austin. It popped about 5 yards down the field, picked up by a very opportunistic Dragon, and he was off to the races. Had to be pulled down by Rhett Lashley by the collar.
And Mike, that quick, I'll tell you, it has been nothing but atmosphere all night here at Junction City. A 28-yard return by Payne. And Shiloh Christian in deep pain right now, trailing 7-0, folks, with about 9 minutes, 10 minutes left in the first quarter. The scoreboard is out, so we can't take official time. But Shiloh, for the second consecutive time, gives the Junction City Dragons in good field position. And Shiloh coming up in the backfield. Nathan Brown says, hold on, guys, I'm about to start getting warmed up. And he takes him down for a deep loss on the play. I believe that was the fullback, Mike, in big number Corey Hurst. But he hurts on that one as there's a loss on the play of about 5. I apologize, that was Easter. Easter running on Thanksgiving. But he loses about 4 hard yards on that one. Nathan Brown, the big linebacker.
Nice close by Nathan Brown, Austin. What this Shiloh defense is going to try to do is clog up that line of scrimmage, make east and west, not north and south, and then close.
I formation again. It's going to be a give to Godfrey again. Mike, who exposes Shiloh. He gets past the original line of scrimmage. He'll get right to about the 10-yard line of Shiloh. So it's going to be a pickup on the play of about 6, maybe 6, 7 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 8 for the Dragons, who have the ball on the Shiloh 10-yard line, so the Dragons can just get a 1st down without a score.
Well, he hits that hole so quick, Austin. He is just flying off the football. We saw him passing a lot during their warm-up. I don't know whether they were trying to give Shiloh the wrong impression, but expect him to go on the ground. 2-down territory for the Dragons, who break an I formation with Godfrey back deep again. They give to Godfrey again, and the hole is clogged up the middle thanks to the Shiloh front line. There's a fumble on the play. Are they going to give it back to Shiloh? The initial call, I believe, was to Shiloh. Let's wait and see. They're saying roll the clock. Junction City maintains possession. But nonetheless, folks, it's a 4th down for Junction City now and a long 6 yards. And, Mike, they might have to rethink running up the middle on Shiloh Christian. Well, they've been able to clog those last 3 running plays, Austin, but that big touchdown run by Godfrey was off of the Shiloh right side, off a tackle. I think a key for Shiloh tonight is defensive end plays. They're going to go for a field goal here.
They say they are. Don't be surprised, folks. You just can't teach speed, and it gives you a whole lot of options. Junction City, though, initially going for the 3 points with Joey Davis. Here's the snap. Good snap. Good hold. It's up. It's long enough. It's high enough. It's good enough. 10-0 in favor of the home team from Junction City. And, folks, there's a lot of Thanksgiving going on for the Dragon fans right now as they are much excited here. 26-yard field goal is what it was. Another squib kick for Shiloh. It's going to bound off of their shin. And did they lose it again? There's another fumble. And let's wait and see. I believe maybe Shiloh comes up with that one. But, Mike, Coach Malzahn is going to have to be put on heart medicine to get through this first quarter. His Saints have never looked this way, much to the competition.
Well, what an atmosphere, Austin.
Shizzler.
You've got I don't know how many thousands of folks here, Austin, about 80% of which are following these Dragons, and they are really playing to the emotions of this football team.
Shiloh going to take the ball at their own 43-yard line this time. 43-yard line, their own. This will be the best field position for Shiloh. And, Mike, we thought this might happen a lot. Jump offsides, and was it against the Dragons?
Yes.
And, Mike, that's something Shiloh's discipline could pay off. And they're going to have to use everything they've got in the playbook tonight, trailing 10-0 right now, folks, with about 7 minutes to play first quarter.
Well, we saw them start out with that first play, Austin. When you've got a superior speed on the opposite side of the football, what you try to do is a little misdirection. Counter plays, get the flow going one way and cut it back, and that's just what they did with David Meyer. Look for more of that.
This time Shiloh breaks out, and the no-huddle offense again trips to the right side. They'll send Godwin in motion again. No one in the backfield. They fake to Godwin this time. Lashley's got plenty of time. He sends it on a rope, complete first down, and that should be a completed pass. Ball, the ground causes the fumble, but Meyer again coughs it up, but it should be a completed pass and a first down, and it looks like that Godfrey is down, Mike. He took a hard hit that time. Shiloh Christian coming out with their hammer, though. They're still going to hit you.
Well, that was just a beautiful pass by Lashley right inside there, and a very good run on the play. That'll bring up a first down. But Godfrey really, I think he delivered that blow, Austin.
Well, and someone came up over the top. Godfrey is going to get up under his own strength, and there's a lot of strength in that, folks. He is 6'2", 197 pounds of speed. That was Meyer with the completion of about 15 yards. Godfrey will have to come out of the game. Folks, we can't tell you exactly how much time's on the clock, though they are working on the scoreboard. About 5-6 minutes left in the first quarter. Shiloh trailing big, 10-0 right now. Their biggest deficit since Barton back in '97, the state finals. Shiloh, though, first down, and the ball should be on the Junction City 43-yard line. Looks like his shoulder is what they're initially looking at with Godfrey on the sideline. Shiloh has two in the backfield. They fake again to Godwin. Lashley, plenty of time. He throws. He's got a man wide open who can't come up with it. John Friesen and Mike, it looks like Shiloh is going to be open down the field, though, as Junction City just not aware of the Shiloh's patterns, but Shiloh can't put it on it. Obviously, a sophomore at the helm for Shiloh, a little happy back there.
Well, it looks like Lashley is taking a short drop, maybe 3-4 yards behind the line of scrimmage and trying to get off these passes quick. But Friesen was there.
Jumping off sides again should be Junction City. And Mike, Let's wait and see. False start, and this one's against Shiloh. So Shiloh giveth, and Shiloh giveth away. I don't know. They gave 5 yards back, that's for sure. Something Coach Malzahn doesn't want to be is in that Thanksgiving, early Christmas mood, giving away penalty yards. Mike, last week, 9 penalties, 122 yards against Shiloh. They can't do it tonight and make it to the semis.
No, they're going to have to maintain. They're going to have to control the football, Austin. They're going to air it out, but they got to hold on to that football. Play smart.
Shiloh's got the ball. Second down and 15, right near midfield, trailing 10-0. Lashley back. He sends it on a rope, and it's almost picked off that time by the defender. That is Richards, just a junior for the Dragons. And Mike, they're playing everyone up close and saying, hey, if you're going to burn us, you're going to have to not only beat us our coverage, but our speed. And that's really what they're playing, is just almost like one-on-one.
Well, they sent in really a defensive back blitz on the outside. Lashley managed to step up into the pocket and get the ball off, but Meyer wasn't quite open, Austin, as he slipped as he tried to make an adjustment to the ball.
One back formation for Shiloh this time. They set up the dump pass, and it is incomplete again. Intended for Meyer, and Lashley's coming out throwing high. That was 4th down, and over on possession, Shiloh's going to surrender the ball. And Mike, if they get behind 17-0, it could be LSU Arkansas all over again.
Well, it may take a little bit more, Austin, for this high-octane offense. Gus Malzahn's going to keep these kids focused. Here's a shift into punting formation.
Okay, Mike, here's 4th down. 4th down and 15, and Shiloh fakes the punt. They do that little semi-deep thing again, and they're going to go ahead and punt it this time as Lashley. It's going to bound at about the 15, roll inside the 10 at about the 7-yard line, and that is where Cole McNair will down it, and by far the worst field position for Junction City. But for the first time in about 4 weeks, Shiloh Christian not scoring on their first 2 possessions, and Shiloh has 41 yards of total offense right now. That's not anything close. 41-yard punt, I apologize, for Shiloh Christian. That's about what they've got in total yards right now, about 25-30, Mike. Not characteristic of these Saints.
Well, they're a little bit out of sync offensively, but really that was their first series, Austin, because of that fumble by Meyer early on. You know, Lashley's a little bit nervous. He's still a sophomore, Austin. This is a big, big football game. They're going to have to settle down a little bit and just start playing shallow football.
Saints trailing 10-0 right now, but they back the Dragons up to their own 8-yard line. They'll go in that wishbone this time, and breaking off the left side is Godfrey. He's got to get outside a man. Godfrey's going to go the distance. You're not going to touch him. Friesen makes chase, 92 yards. It's 16-0, and you can't find an unhappy Junction City fan. It's a blowout right now in the first quarter, and Shiloh Christian on the wrong end of that one. 92 yards. Marcus Godfrey is a man-child in Junction City.
Well, once again, Austin, the same play that he scored from 39 yards out on the first possession, just off of Shiloh's right side. They're not able to contain him, and Shiloh's putting so many men on the line of scrimmage. They've just got one defensive back there to run him down. Cole McNair was on the other side of the football field. He was the only one with the kind of speed to run down Godfrey. Friesen made a great effort, but just wasn't able to keep up.
The Shiloh Saints are not in the same class as Junction City with the athleticism, and it's showing early as Davis pulls out his hammer and tacks on a PAT, and the Junction City Dragons are leading right now 17-0. But Marcus Godfrey, folks, has 4 carries, 140 yards. Coming into tonight's game, he averaged a touchdown every 4 carries, and he's improved on that average tonight. Little short kick for Junction City again. Shiloh with about a 7-8 yard return is Friesen, and Shiloh gets good field position. They'll take the ball over at their own 44-yard line.
Just awful explosive, Austin, and as we said earlier, Shiloh is going to have to react to the football. They've got so many people sucked up on that line of scrimmage. There just isn't anybody to back it up, and Godfrey has been able to spring it through into the secondary twice, and with that speed, he's just unable to get caught. Shiloh doesn't have anybody to keep up with him.
First down and 10 for the Saints. No back formation for Shiloh. Lashley rolling right, throwing right, complete right. Cole McNair walks the tightrope and gets 12 yards for Shiloh. It matches the number on his jersey. First down for Shiloh, and the 6'5" senior coming up big, and Shiloh's got to have him playing.
Well, nice. I tell you, Lashley really fired that ball in, and McNair made a wonderful play to keep his feet in as he just straddled that sideline. First down.
About 4.5 minutes left to play first quarter. Shiloh trailing 17-0 at Junction City. A little quick out to David Meyer, complete. First down yardage again. Shiloh picking him up in chunks. About a 9-yard, 10-yard gain. We'll have to wait and see the spot, but it's a near first down yardage for Shiloh. Saints not having trouble moving the ball after that first fumble, but the Saints are having trouble containing and accounting for this speed with Junction City, Mike.
Well, they're going to have to settle down, play their football game. They'll get back into it.
They've got their chance now as they are inside Junction City territory, and it's going to be a give up the middle to David Meyer, who I don't believe gets a first down. It'll be close, depending on the spot. He'll get the ball just at the 35-yard line of the Dragons. It'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Shiloh has a lot of young players at skill positions. It's going to be interesting as they put Andrew Prey in that true fullback position this time, and David Meyer, he plows forward. First down, good effort by that Shiloh offensive line.
Went over that Shiloh right side. Tommy Johnson firing off the football. Starting to get into the flow a little bit here. Get that sweat worked up, get the jitters out. They've been sitting around a long time, Austin.
They have, and Mike, as we mentioned earlier through this game, Shiloh not a team that likes to do that. They're all about precision. They're all about clicking, and Shiloh can't just come out and run the ball like Junction City, and they've done it early. Shiloh sends Godwin in motion, and then they give the inside handoff to Meyer, who finds nothing outside and just has to tuck the ball in and dives back for the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd down and a long way for Shiloh, 10, 11 yards. Good pursuit on the play by the Dragons, and namely Jamario Easter.
Well, not much there. Loss of about a yard on the play is a little misdirection, but well sensed out by Junction City.
Folks, thanks for joining us on the Game of the Week here at Kerm Radio and Family 45. Lashley back to pass, throws, almost hit as he throws, just has to get rid of it, throws it out of bounds. Coach Malzahn doing a whole lot of coaching right now. Junction City fans actually on their feet, or on their seat right now, actually. I figured there'd be a little more excitement. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 11 for Shiloh Christian. A little confusion on who's on the field and who not for Shiloh. Lashley sorts that out. They'll go twins to the left side. He jumps them off sides, but the Dragons get back in time. Lashley's going to change the play right now. No way, folks. We don't have a clue what the play clock is. That's out, too. Lashley back. He looks left. He throws left, and he's going to be picked off. Oh, it goes from bad to worse for Shiloh Christian. In the backfield, he's played well for the Dragons tonight, is Richards, and Richards and the Dragons are feeling it here in Junction City.
Well, they had McNair as well as David Meyer split out to the left. McNair did an out route, and Meyer went back to the inside, and the ball was just not on the money, Austin. It was right into the defender. That's a big turnover, although that was 3rd and long, Austin. Maybe just a short punt for him, but Shiloh's going to have to make a defensive stance.
Mike,
here.
Something you don't do for a team like Junction City is you don't give them confidence, and the Saints have done that.
Right.
1st and 10 for Wes Murray under center for the Dragons. He'll give to Godfrey. Godfrey bouncing outside again. Someone's got to bring him down. He's out around the right side. One man to beat him. He can't catch him either. Godfrey's going to go for another touchdown. This is unbelievable, folks. I don't see a flag, and Junction City is killing Shiloh Christian. Marcus Godfrey's putting on a one-man clinic, and Shiloh hadn't even come close to stopping the senior.
Well, Marcus Godfrey has carried the ball 5 times for 208 yards and 3 touchdowns, Austin. He is able to put a stiff arm up there. Shiloh is trying to take him high. They're not getting into that young man's legs at all. He's stiff-armed, and he's staying afloat, and all of a sudden he breaks into that secondary, and there's just nobody from Shiloh that can keep up to him. They're going the opposite way of Cole McNair every time.
Well, and it's working. 79 yards for Godfrey. Hey, why change anything? Davis tacks on the PAT, and there is a thrashing going on in Junction City, and Shiloh's on the short end. Let's count it. Their 4th possession of tonight's game. They kick it off to Nick Floyd, who returned 182 yards for a touchdown last week. He could have used one tonight. He's not going to get it, as he'll get maybe a 2-yard gain. Shiloh doesn't need to expect a whole lot on special teams, Mike, because that's where athleticism pays off big. Saints will have it 1st and 10 on their own 30.
Well, they've got a long way to go. Not great field position. They've got to go just short of 70 yards, Austin, and they better do it here.
Godfrey, 219 yards, 18 points on his own. He's putting on a one-man clinic. One back formation for Shiloh Christian. Lashley back to pass. He'll throw over the middle, complete Death Valley, and McNair comes down with it right at the chains. It'll be a 1st down for Shiloh Christian.
Just Lashley's 4th completion on the evening. He's got 2 12-yarders to Cole McNair, who's limping a little bit as he goes out on a split left formation.
Shiloh Christian cannot have anyone hurt here tonight if they want to have any chance to bring this back. Lashley out to pass. He's got a man open. It's complete to David Meyer down the left sideline. He's got to outrun the secondary. He's not going to be able to do it. He is. They give up. Touchdown, Shiloh.
Yes, sir. He got all the way. Looked like he may have stepped on the sidelines.
But he didn't, and Shiloh gets on the board. Much confidence for the Saints. And Mike, quite frankly, Richards, who's played well in the secondary for Junction City, just quit.
Well, and Myers had about 4 yards on Richards. The ball was thrown up. It wasn't a pure spiral as it started to slow down a little bit. Looked like he may have gotten a hand on it, but Myers made a great adjustment coming back to the football, and then he turned on the afterburners, had just enough, broke one tackle into the end zone. Big play.
Shiloh gets on the board. J.D. Weathers keeping it real, keeping it true, and Shiloh Christian cuts into the lead, now trailing 24-7 though, folks. And Shiloh Christian, who early in the game we thought might do quite a few onside kicks. And they're going to do the little floater. Shiloh's going to try and come down with it if they don't get there in time. And Junction City just grabs a knee there, and it's going to be at the 40, inside the Junction City 40. And Mike, I'm a little confused while Shiloh's kicking game is giving Junction City such good field position.
Well, I think they want to keep it out of those fleet-footed backs back there, Austin. They don't want to get them in an open field where Shiloh's going to have to track them down. They tried a real high kick to see if they could get somebody to run under it down there, but heads-up play by Junction City, called a fair catch, which you can do, receive the football, and they've got pretty good field position.
And a bookie is working the Junction City sideline, and the bet is right now, how quick will Godfrey get back in the end zone? He's got how many carries? 5 carries, 3 touchdowns, 219 yards. Go home, Marcus Godfrey. You've put in a full day at the office. First time we've seen wishbone for the Dragons all night. They fake to the fullback. It's a little double handoff, and it's to another halfback this time. He tries to break outside. He's going to got one man to beat, and it's another touchdown. He stiffs arms a Shiloh defender, and Shiloh can't catch him. Touchdown, Junction City. Lorenzo Lee runs it in this time, folks, and Gus Malzahn has got to be scratching his head. There's no flag again, and Shiloh is not even in the same field with them right now, Mike. What is the deal? 62 yards. Folks at home, I'm not trying to paint a great picture. It's just horrible, though. It's not even close.
Well, they're getting by they're running right off tackle, Austin. They're getting right by into that Shiloh secondary. Those linebackers are right up on the line of scrimmage, and there's just nobody left to catch them. And once again, they're starting to key in on Godfrey, and then they'll pop Lee in there. They can go with Easter. There's just too many weapons right now, and Shiloh is unable to make an answer.
Just having to get acclimated with radio and TV, folks, so just bear with us. Shiloh trailing right now 31-7. Somewhere in the first quarter, electricity went out, the scoreboard, it blew up a transformer outside, and then the power surge knocks out the scoreboard. So here in Junction City, it's good old-fashioned football, and that's the way that the Dragons like it. They are running the ball, folks, big plays, 50, 60, 92-yard touchdown runs for these Dragons, and Shiloh hasn't even come close to stopping them. Here's the kickoff. Nick Floyd avoids one tackler, another. He works his way up the right sideline for a good return of around the 35, 40-yard line of Shiloh Christian. Will take the ball, and the Saints, for the first time in 2-3 years, Mike, they're not the big guns out here.
Well, look at time of possession. Junction City has not had the football for very long, Austin.
Not at all.
It's all big play after big play after big play.
450.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Mike. 4:56 left to play in the first quarter. First chance we found out about the ball. And the Saints have the ball at their own 36-yard line is where they're going to spot it. Lashley back. He's heavily pressured. He's only been sacked twice this year. They're going to get him for intentional grounding, and they'll throw the flag, and that's going to add insult to injury. A sophomore mistake as he's back at the 20, Mike, and it should be from the spot of the foul, I do believe, and that's going to back Shiloh way up. And, Mike, for the first time, I can say in 2 years, Shiloh is heavily frustrated and flustered, and they're just out of sync. Intimidated, if you will.
Well, they're getting beat in every aspect of the game right now, Austin. Right off the line of scrimmage, as well as in what they call the skill positions. But they came on an all-out blitz, sent 3 linebackers in, or 2 linebackers and a defensive back. Lashley just had no time, tried to dump it, but there was nobody in the area where he dumped it. Boy, that'll bring up a first down and forever, second and forever.
Too much to count. About 40 yards, folks. Shiloh's got to get right near midfield to get a first down, and they're on about the 18 as they send Godwin in motion. They'll send the little hitch pass out over to David Meyer. Falls incomplete, takes a good pop to boot, and it'll bring up, I believe, 3rd down for Shiloh Christian, whose offense is indeed stagnant, and the Dragons, folks, are not doing anything in particular. They're just coming right at Shiloh.
They're just following the football, and they're reacting very, very quickly. Shiloh has put themselves in such a deep hole here, they're going to have to try to spring something big.
Lashley in shotgun. He looks left. He's going long. He's going for his big man, McNair. He's got it. He's at the 40. He evades one tackler, two, and he's just going to be short of the first down. Not a real good spot. Well, it's not a bad spot. Actually, it's going to be right near first down territory. And you're right, Mike. It's on opposite sides of the sticks. We'll wait and see.
If he has it, it's just by the nose of the football from the stripes forward, Austin, but it's very, very close. I think he may have a first down on this one.
Boy, Mike, Shiloh needs a break like this. A good fall with McNair, who comes out, and Mike, he was double teamed. The guy was playing him a little soft, about 4 or 5 yards, and Lashley put that in a great spot.
Well, you could see it coming. McNair went down the field towards the outside, slows down, then he accelerates. So many times he's been able to turn that into a big play, and he did again for these Saints, but the Saints are just out of sync. There's no scoreboard, there's no 25-second clock. They're just not quite into this football game.
It's obvious. Who knows what would have happened if the lights hadn't went off, but one thing's for sure, Shiloh is the team that suffered most. And they're going to be short by about 2 lengths is all it's going to be. And, Mike, this is huge because you know Shiloh's got to go for it. But if they some way get stopped here, the momentum that's already dressed out with Junction City might have just called his brother on the field. It could be big momentum for the Dragons. So it's going to bring up 4th down, folks, in about 2 lengths of a chain in Junction City, where the Dragons lead right now 31-7 over Shiloh with about 4 minutes left in this first quarter, which has been nothing less than spectacular for Junction City. Shiloh Christian, Mike, is going to line up in that I formation. Look like they're going to force it right down them. Don't be surprised if Shiloh tries to run something outside as tight as they have it packed in. Let's see whose offense, which line's better. And Lashley calls them offsides, and they do it again, Mike. It should be offsides against the Dragons, and it is.
All you got to do is cross that neutral zone. Doesn't matter if you get back or not. Great play by Shiloh. Little staggered cadence count, and that'll give them a first down. And boy, I'll tell you what, if they come back in this football game, they may look back at that series and that big play to Cole McNair and say that's where it started to turn.
Could be, Mike. Shiloh known to score points in a bucket load. They're going to have to. Lashley pressured, steps through the pressure. He's got a man wide open. It's Friesen complete at the 12. Friesen catches another pass, and I've not been impressed with the Tigers' defensive presence, Mike. Offensively, they've been solid, but Shiloh exposing them deep, and Friesen does that near the 12-yard line, and with that pass, Rhett Lashley has the sophomore record for the state of Arkansas, but he's got to get him in the end zone. Forget that record.
Well, they're down. They got to score is exactly right, Austin, and then they've got to make a hold, but here we go.
Shiloh Christian around the 14. They show blitz, do the Dragons. Lashley gets out of it. He's rolling left. He's got a man deep. It's Brad Godwin. Can he come up with it? Touchdown, Shiloh. Brad Godwin with a diving leap in the left end zone, and Shiloh Christian cuts back into the lead. And, folks, it's going to be a slugfest at Junction City. Can Shiloh stop the Dragons? That's the story.
Well, Brad Godwin, he really zoned coverage out there. He found the soft spot in the zone, cut over from the middle of the field, really on a flag pattern into the corner. He was wide open, made a great catch to hold on to the football as Lashley led him a little bit too far. Nice execution.
We can see on the Family 45 side a good hold by Brad Godwin, and the kick equally as good, and Shiloh Christian claws their way back in this game, now trailing 31-14, and it's not over, but Junction City, folks, is very impressive, and matter of fact, they're just laying in wait right now, kind of being lax on defense, saying we got a lead and we've got offense. Hey, now that's a good picture on Family 45 of Godfrey with the cold air and his hot breath, literally breathing smoke here at Junction City. And if anyone could breathe fire, it would be the senior Marcus Godfrey, who has 5 carries and 3 touchdowns. He is a wrecking ball for Junction City, and Shiloh's going to kick it off to him this time. And he's going to retrieve it at the 5-yard line, and here he goes. Marcus Godfrey, hold on to your seats, folks. He starts dancing, start the music, and Shiloh just piles him up this time around the 22, and you'd think Shiloh scored as the fans go crazy. A stop for the first time almost tonight on Godfrey.
Well, they're going to have to get into his legs. You look at Godfrey and the way he's built, Austin. He's pretty strong, pretty big in the upper legs, but he's got ankles that are about 3 inches. Very, very small, and that's what you got to do. You got to get him down low, take his feet out from under him. Shiloh's coming in much too high. He's stiff-arming him, and he's just managing to fight and stay on his feet. Let's see what Shiloh does defensively.
Mike, you got to hope they can do something, because they can score all they want to now, and trailing 31-14, it isn't going to matter. 1st and 10 for the Dragons, who go in wishbone for about the second time in tonight's game. They fake to the fullback. They do a double reverse, and it's going to be to Godfrey again, who busts out around the side. Mike, Shiloh just can't tackle him. He picks up 15 yards that time, finally taken down by Meyer and Friesen, and it's a moral victory for Shiloh, and Godfrey picks up 18 yards, right around his average per carry coming into tonight's game.
Well, like we said earlier, it's very high yards per carry, Austin. He's certainly blowing that away even tonight. But a little counterplay back to the left side, off tackle, exploiting Shiloh again, first down.
236 yards unofficially from Marcus Godfrey on about 6 or 7 carries, folks. First down and 10 again for the Dragons. This is only about their second first down of the night. The rest of them have gone for touchdowns. Is it a fullback blast this time? I believe so by Hurst. We'll wait and see if 20 gets down. No, it's 33 at the bottom of the pile, and that's Creer this time. Lamont Creer comes off the bottom of the pile, and Mike, they send him in droves for the Dragons. They've got 5, 6, 7 backs that could start for any team in the state, and I mean any classification. Marcus Godfrey may be the best back in the state.
Well, you got Godfrey and then Easter and Hurst and Lee and Creer, all with just outstanding speed, and they're just working them in and out.
So it'll be second down and 6 for the home team, Junction City Dragons, who lead 31-14 midway near the end of the first quarter. Delayed handoff to the right halfback, and Shiloh buys none of it. Nathan Brown coming off the bottom of the pile. He's seen speed before, collecting 24 tackles at the state finals against Barton back in '97.
Well, that was Godfrey off the left side. Only managed to pick up a couple of yards. It'll bring up third, and looks like a long 3.
Why are they running it up the middle is what I want to know. Junction City run it outside. I mean, Shiloh has yet to stop them for under, what, 15 yards, that first play of this series.
I think what they're looking to is maybe suck Shiloh on the inside and then try to pop something outside. But they've been very successful running it, not purely outside, but off tackle.
And they've got that stiff arm, Mike, working well. This Junction City, who break huddle and almost, it looks like more of a wing tee this time. It's going to be a sweep. Right side this time to Lorenzo Lee. He still's not down. Shiloh's nickel trying to dive on him, and Shiloh can't take these little backs down, Mike. And that's a first down. That's about a 12-yard gain for Lorenzo Lee, who comes into tonight's game, folks, weighing not a whole lot. Let's see, they've got him at 171 pounds. He's a sophomore. I hope he graduates early.
Well, each of these backs are making the most of their opportunity. As soon as the handoff is made, someone springs into the secondary, this crowd comes to their feet, and emotionally, they are really the 12th man on the football field for Junction City.
Folks, thanks for joining us on this holiday weekend. Much to be thankful for if you're a Dragon fan from Junction City. They jump out in that wishbone. It's a fullback blast, and he's going for a touchdown. Hey, after all, he's the only one who hadn't got a touchdown, and he's going to be caught at the 1-yard line. And is there a flag? They say no, and it's going to be the big bruising fullback. That is Corey Hurst, the slowest player in the backfield for him.
Well, I think Malzahn is arguing this, Austin. Sorry to interrupt, but his knee was down. He fell down, and his knee was down right on the center of the football field. He got up and started running, and there was no call made. He was down on about the 40-yard line.
Well, he's not going to get that. Not in high school ball. They're not even going to come close to returning it, and it's obvious what happened on that one, Mike. So now it's first and goal from the 1-yard line, and Uwells to just cash it in for the Junction City Dragons on this one. They'll break wishbone. Shiloh, I'm wondering if they even think they can stop them, and they can't. Touchdown, Dragons. There's not a... No, he was stopped. Now, this is some bad officiating, folks. Now, I'm going to tell you, Junction City doesn't need any help here. But number 5, who was that? That was Lorenzo Lee, was stopped for about 3 seconds. Everyone just stopped, and then he all of a sudden jumps out, runs around the right side a little bit, and they give him forward progress to say touchdown. That was a horrible no call.
Well, I don't know what happened, because they did have a line judge that was in good position, Austin. I think he may have been confused. There was some misdirection. He was not watching the same play that the Shiloh coaches were, and I'm sorry. That is not a good call.
Not a good call, and as we've said, the Dragons don't need any help. As Davis kicks it way up and way good, and it's not even close. There's a flag down. It's going to be personal foul, roughing the kicker against Shiloh's. We'll wait and see. Mike, we're getting set to come back on Kerm Radio. You know the fans in Northwest Arkansas have got to be shocked at this one. And here's the kickoff back at Junction City. A little squib kick again, retrieved by, I believe, that is Jared Brown, who tries to work his way out around the left side, lowers his shoulder at the 31-yard line, and he is hit hard by the Dragons, who come up feeling it and talking it at Junction City.
Well, nice return by Jared Brown out to about the 30-yard line. It was a pretty good kick down there. Here goes Shiloh again, trailing 38-14. We'll try to get an update for you on what the time is left in this football game.
We don't have a clue. It's roughly a couple of minutes, Mike, but Junction City has scored so quickly and moving those chains with first downs, and really not a lot of time has expired. Shiloh Christian will jump out first possession here, first play of this possession, and one back. Lashley plenty of time. He's rolling right now. He's pressured. He's going to throw, and it's complete near first down yardage to Godwin, and there's going to be a flag down, and that's usually holding when it's that late. And Shiloh Christian, who Godwin and Lashley had it working great, as Lashley made the defender who was defending Godwin commit and come up to Lashley, or Lashley was acting like he's going to run, so he dumps it over him. When he commits towards Lashley, he dumps it to Godwin, and all for naught. Great play, though. Unfortunately, holding on the backside.
Well, and holding is going to be from the spot of the foul, and this is really tough in high school football, Austin. They're now looking at first and
about 30
yards.
Shiloh Christian, folks, getting themselves in a hole, and we said in the pregame you cannot do that against a team this athletic. Lashley back to pass. He's got plenty of time. He sends a duck, but it's going to be complete to Cole McNair, and it looks like Jared Payne have a collision at near the 35-yard line. It's not enough for a first down, a pickup of about 25, but it's still not enough, and so Shiloh's looking at now, I believe, second down and a long 7 for the Saints.
Well, they got it back real quick, Austin. Time and again, they've been able to recover.
They send David Meyer in motion. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Lashley, who evades one tackler, two. Another one, he's going to be hit from behind, but enough for a first down. Good hit that time by Jamario Easter. So at the end of one, Shiloh trailing big right now by the score of 38-14 in Junction City. We'll be back after this. Quarter of play right now. Lashley back, heavily blitzed. He throws it, could be picked off. No, it's complete to Brad Godwin again, who avoids one tackler and is going to be taken down with a hard shoestring tackle. Junction City fans applaud, but Brad Godwin got the best of that one inside the 10. He doesn't get a good spot. He's taken down, I believe, by Davis on that one, and Shiloh picking it up in chunks, Mike, but they're going to have to do something defensively as well.
Well, just a great pattern. Run by Godwin, pick up a 41 yards on the play. Shoestring tackle, otherwise he was going into the end zone, but nice execution. Good pass from Lashley.
Shiloh in a bad spot here, though. First and goal from the 9, so they can't get a first down. Got to get 6, and it's almost picked off. Oh, intended for David Meyer. It was thrown behind him, so it runs up and down his shoulder pads, and that almost gives time for Lamont Creer to come up with the interception. It bounces off him, and then almost another Dragon got an interception.
Well, just a very dangerous pass thrown over the middle there. They tried to get Meyer on that crossing pattern. They've been very successful with that this year.
Lashley's got over 200 yards passing, Mike, but right now not enough. One back formation for Shiloh, trips to the right side. Lashley pumps left and then throws left. Touchdown Shiloh to Cole McNair, the senior. Air McNair coming up for the Saints, and they need it. 9 yards out, 6 points up for the Saints, who cut back into the lead, trailing 38-20 right now. And we heard it, Mike, and we told about it in the pregame. It's going to be a lot of yards passed and run, and right now it's almost got into that situation with Junction City that, hey, you're not going to stop us.
Well, Shiloh is showing a lot of character, Austin. They're coming back, and they are really playing some hard football as we look at the extra point.
J.D. Weathers kicking it up, kicking it good. Let's take this 30-second break on Kerm Radio. Shiloh's cut into the lead, trailing 38-21. Kerm Radio fans, we're back after this. J.D. Weathers set to kick away. He's going to send it mid-deep. It's going to go bouncing its way to Godfrey. Who else? Godfrey right up the middle of the field. He's got time to run. They've returned a kick this year. He tries to get out the left side, and wise by Friesen, who just pushes him out of bounds. Mike, he is such an intimidating creature. And Coach Malzahn in the paper says he's Eric Dickerson-like. You look at him running back to that waistline looks to be about 24, 25 inches. He does. He looks like the SMU all-time great.
Well, he doesn't look like he's running very hard. He's just running faster than everybody else in the football field. But I'll tell you what, Austin, if Shiloh continues to try to tackle him in the numbers and go through a stiff arm, they are not going to bring that young man down.
You're exactly right. Shiloh Christian just intimidated almost to try and take Godfrey down. I'm not saying it's an easy job, folks. I formation, they're going to give to Godfrey right up the middle, and Shiloh stops him, but he penetrates outside. Saints can't bring him down. Finally, he lunges for 3, 4, 5 yards, and Shiloh takes him down. Andrew Prey in on the pile along with David Meyer. They stop Godfrey for 4 yards, and they think it's a big victory.
Well, it is a big victory as he's got 8 carries for 247 yards on the night.
About 9-10 minutes left to play second quarter, folks. We're not sure. Those of you who are interested, though, Harding Academy just taking the paddle out and spanking Mark Tree right now, leading by like 42-7 right now into the third quarter. Shiloh Christian on the receiving end right now of a visit to the principal's office as Junction City has the ball, and they'll break out in wishbone right now. Double fake again, give to the right halfback. First down again for Junction City. It'll be close depending on the spot, as it looks like Nickel will stop Lorenzo Lee.
Well, that speed is just overwhelming Shiloh, Austin. All of these guys, they're coming in there and they're just fired up and hitting. But bottom line is that offensive line for Junction City is outperforming Shiloh's defense.
Mike, there's a timeout on the field. Let's wait and see. I know it's official anyway, so let's take this 30-second break on Kerm Radio. We'll be back after this. Mike, got to hear from some of those fine sponsors. Let's take a quick listen to some of the fine sponsors we've got for tonight's game. We've got a new one into tonight, Terminex of Northwest Arkansas. We appreciate them for jumping on board tonight. Ron Blackwell Ford, Kaiser Grill and Bakery, Coca-Cola of Northwest Arkansas, Tanksley Auto Body, Harps Food Stores, Phillips Litho, Best Pontiac Buick GMC Truck, and Community Bank. And we thank you for your sponsorship of Shiloh Christian football on this Thanksgiving weekend down in North Louisiana, or as South Arkansas as you can get. Thanks, folks, thanks for joining us on Kerm Radio. Welcome back here. Shiloh trailing right now by the score of 38 to 21. I apologize, as Shiloh scored here in the second quarter to begin it. Junction City, though, Mike, breaking huddle right near midfield, and they give them third down and about a fourth of an inch. Not long. Less than a yard. Yeah, you bet less than a yard. Literally one link on the chain. Shiloh has yet to stop the Dragons for any loss in any play tonight. Wishbone formation for the Dragons. Give to the right halfback. It is Godfrey, who is stopped for a minimal gain at best, but I think he's going to get a first down. Good stop by Nathan Brown.
Well, it depends on the spot. Cole McNair came in on a blitz from the outside there, forced Godfrey back to the inside, and there was some help for him. They're going to go ahead and measure it again here.
We'll keep it right here, of course, with Kerm Radio as well as Family 45 to check the spot.
Big fourth down.
Big fourth down and about an inch, as they don't change on the sidelines, but home team, it don't matter. That ain't going to change the fact that it is fourth down. Don't adjust your television sets, Family 45. The stands are shaking. It's not your your TV set. Breaking big yardage, first down, and oh, so much more. And Godwin just can't take him down, Mike. On the run that time, Jamario Easter picks up about 15 yards. The bad thing is Godwin had him 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, and he couldn't bring him down, and he had him at the waist.
Yeah, he did. He had him all locked up, Austin.
What do you do?
No, he just drug him along. That gives him a first down inside Shiloh territory on about just inside Shiloh's 40-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Dragons, who have drugged their way into Shiloh territory again. Staring at the ball, 1st and 10 right inside the Shiloh 40-yard line. Wishbone formation, that's what we were told Junction City would come out a lot tonight. It's a fullback blast again. First down, real close. Cole McNair drags him down near the ankle, and Shiloh Christian has not been dominated like this, Mike, in 3 years. Barton did not do this.
No, that's Corey Hurst for just about 9.5 yards on the carry.
After this play, we'll take a TV timeout, folks, if we've got that kind of time here on Family 45. If we do, we'll go ahead after this play and take a quick timeout on Family 45, as well as we'll take a 30-second break on Kerm Radio. Folks, just forgive us, a little business we have to take care of every now and then, so we can bring you Arkansas High School quarterfinal action on Kerm Radio and Family 45. Second down and about a half a yard for the Dragons, who sweep right side this time. Good stop by Shiloh, but it should be right near a first down marker. Let's take this time out on Kerm Radio and Family 45. Second quarter action, Shiloh trailing 38-21. Split back formation this time for Junction City. A little trouble with the handoff, but it's going to be a fullback blast right up the middle again. Shiloh Christian's got to hope for a fumble or something, Mike, as they caused 5 last week and recovered 3. And right now, Shiloh has not caught a break and caught a couple of bad calls on that previous possession. Right now, it's just Junction City running it up their throat. Watch for it to bounce something outside.
Somebody's got to step up and make a big play for Shiloh. 38-21. If Shiloh could get back on the board here, down by 10 at halftime, Junction City's going to start wondering, what do we have to do here?
That's right.
And so far, Shiloh has been the one that's coughed up the football and paid the price for it.
Shiloh Christian coming into tonight's game averaging right at 45 points per game, 45.3. Junction City 52.8. So folks, even if the transformer had not been blown out before the game, with the scoreboard like it would have been by the end of this game, something's going to give.
Well, it just kind of throws everything off, Austin. They're just not in sync yet.
They're sure not, Mike, and an hour delay can do that to a lot of teams. Offset backfield this time again for Junction City. It's a give. It's a touchdown. Nobody even touched Jamario Easter, who runs it in from right at 10 yards. And they beg him to come to their feet again at Junction City, but that's not a problem. And Shiloh Christian fans, not a lot to cheer about right now, folks. Not a lot to be thankful with.
You just don't know where it's coming from next, Austin. As the flow went to the right, Easter went really between the left guard and the left tackle on the offensive left side for 10 yards and a touchdown, and he went in untouched into that end zone.
Mike, after this point after, let's take a look at the scoring. Something to show you real quick. Waiting for the point after. It'll be Davis again. Not a great snap, a great recovery, though, and the point after equally as good.
Time will tell.
And that's all we've got here, folks. A short kick. It's fumbled. Nick Floyd has the presence of mind to look for the ball, and he gets it, and he is sent back hard on the play by Jared Payne. No need to smack
Nick
tough.
Floyd, as usual, took a couple of good hits, but he held on to the football, 30-yard line. We'll have to get an update on what is left in the first half here, Austin, as the scoreboard is still out.
And if it wasn't out before, Junction City could have overloaded it right now. Leading right now, folks, 45-21 over Shiloh Christian. Saints have the ball on their own, looks like 30-yard line is where they'll put it. Lashley rolling out left. He's heavily pressured. He's just going to get rid of it, and he just sends it bouncing the way of Friesen. It's going to fall incomplete, and Mike Shiloh just can't match. I don't believe that Junction City had an overall major game plan other than to just let that speed just roam in the secondary. You know what it reminds me of? Brinkley 2 years ago. You didn't get to make that trip. Brinkley, very athletic, though, and that's what they did. Shiloh won 14-0. Lashley back in shotgun. He fakes to roll left. He's hit as he throws, but wide open is Cole McNair near midfield. He's at the 48-yard line of Shiloh. He dives right near midfield. Another first down for Shiloh. And Cole McNair has not missed anything out his direction, Mike. He knows if they don't win, he don't play tomorrow. It's over for him.
Well, pickup of 18 yards on the play, Austin. Lashley seems to be wanting to sprint out to the left to get away from that blitz, and he managed to outrun the blitz. Didn't throw a wonderful pass, but Cole McNair was wide open.
1st and 10 for Shiloh at their own 48-yard line. It's a delayed draw by Lashley and draw about a 1-yard loss for the sophomore, who has to just dive back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11 for Shiloh. The Saints coming into tonight's game, folks, over 500 points of offense, outscoring opponents 238 to 35 in the first quarter. Not so tonight. 2nd and 11. Lashley looks right, throws right, a screamer. Cole McNair, oh, he just can't come up with it. Oh, he needed to have that one. A deep crossing route by Cole McNair. Who comes up, slapping his hands. He knew he should have had that one, and he wanted it.
Well, it was there, and that ball had a lot of heat on it. Just managed to look like it hit maybe a pad or something. We've got timeout, Saints.
Radio fans, welcome back. 5:36 left in this first half. We're told Shiloh with the ball, 3rd and 10. Lashley rolling out right this time. Complete to Cole McNair on a little button hook, Mike, out around the Junction City 38-yard line. Cole McNair playing big, and he was on one-on-one coverage with Godfrey. Godfrey running well, but his coverage about a step behind on Cole McNair. Cole McNair runs about a 4.7, so he's not too far steps behind Godfrey. Plus, he knows where he's headed on those patterns.
Well, great pattern, found that soft spot. Nice catch by Cole McNair. Here we go, Austin.
1st and 10, no huddle for Shiloh. Looking back deep is Lashley, throws on his back foot. He's got a man all open, and it's Cole McNair again inside the 15 at the 12-yard line. And just like Shiloh needs to focus on Godfrey, what is Junction City doing? Letting the 6'5 senior roam in the secondary, and that's what he's doing.
Well, he is just finding a lot of open area out there. Matter of fact, he's going to have to take a breath and see if he can catch his breath, Austin. He is just running all over this football field. What a game by that senior, and he is keeping Shiloh in this game.
Shiloh trailing 45-21 right now. They've got to get back in this game. They've got to score punch for punch with Junction City. Shiloh rolling out right this time. One-on-one coverage. He throws on a rope to Friesen, who catches it inside the 10 at the 7-8-yard line, and that time he was backed by Godfrey. Godfrey good on offense, folks. I'm not sure I'd pick him for my all-decade defense team. They're picking on Godfrey. I'm surprised at that, Mike. Pure athleticism, I'd say I'm going to stay away from him. But Shiloh not, and Godfrey not stepping it up on the defensive side. So it'll be 2nd and about 4 for Shiloh, so they don't have to get a touchdown to still get a first down. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. It's going to be Lashley. Can he get in? He dives forth. They got to give it to him. Touchdown, Shiloh. That is another effort by the sophomore, and Mike, much confidence on the shoulders of Lashley as he heads to the sideline. He realized, hey, I can run on him too. Great effort. 7 yards out, I believe. Touchdown, Rhett Lashley, diving for it.
Well, just 2 steps back and then up into the secondary, Austin. He made a great play as he was tackled about 2 yards short, but he managed to extend that right arm just over the goal line. Great heads-up play. Great blocking by that offensive line.
I don't have a clue how many plays it took. It's just been too hectic up here. I can tell you this, J.D. Weathers tacks on the PAT, and Shiloh leads right now, or Shiloh trailing right now, I apologize, 45-28. Kerm Radio fans, let's hear from one of our sponsors, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. Louisiana, onside kick by Shiloh, and Junction City all over it. And so I believe the Dragons, great field position again. They're going to get it at their own 47-yard line. And of course, Shiloh got to take chances here, Mike. But man, what are they going to do defensively other than put 15 guys out on the field?
Well, they've got somewhere in the area of less than 4 minutes to go in this first half, Austin. But you know what? You never give up on these Shiloh Saints. They can score quickly, and they can change this football game around. You folks at home, stay tuned, because you don't know what these Saints can come up with in the second half.
It's going to be exciting, folks. 2 of the best offensive teams in the state, and Shiloh Christian's only problem, they never have trouble like that, Mike, and quite frankly, they might have come out a little nervous, a little questioning themselves. Oh, we didn't get to warm up. We didn't get to be in our routine. Junction City coming out loosey-goosey, didn't seem to bother them. Junction City comes out and wishbone this time as they break huddle. Shiloh blitzing this time, and a surge right up the middle for Junction City, and it takes 2 to bring down their fullback, and I repeat, he's the slowest one on the team, Corey Hurst, and there's probably only about 3 or 4 Saints can grab him. It's going to be a 2nd down and 9. I'm sorry, a 2nd down and 1, a pickup of 9 for the Dragons.
Just her 4th carry for 25 yards, Austin, but Shiloh took some chances, and they were in that backfield quickly, but Hurst managed to put his head down. He seems to kind of get lost in there, Hurst as well as Lee, and they come up with these big runs off the inside.
Mike, the coach in the paper said he just wanted to make this game shorter, and I think that's one reason he's been running it up the middle. As they'll give sweep around the left side this time to Godfrey. Shiloh's going to stop him, but I believe he's going to have a first down. Yes, he will with the spot, Mike. Right now, though, what they're trying to do is keep Shiloh from touching it a whole bunch, and they're doing very good, and they're running up the middle. When they need 8 or 9 yards, they bust one outside.
Yep.
They don't want to score too quick right now, I don't think.
I think they want to run that football down. I think you're exactly right, Austin. They want to get into this halftime with a 45-28 lead, maybe see if they can pop something 50 points and get over the top, and let Shiloh mull on that or chew on that for the halftime. But once again, they are moving at will. First down.
And I would be surprised, Mike, if they don't do that. Just take their time, get 4 and 5 yards, and then bust a long one if they need to. Shiloh has got to make a defensive stop. Fullback blast again, this time spinning out of the way. Again is the fullback, who is hit hard this time by Morgan, but not before Hurst picks up 7 yards. I'm sorry, Mike, he picked up 7 yards. Unfortunately, most of it was east and west and only 2 yards north and south. I thought he had a great spin move, but Shiloh contains him. He picks up 2.
Well, these defensive tackles, or these defensive ends for Shiloh, are really going to have to get active, Austin. They're going to have to make some things happen out here. Young and Morgan.
Somewhere around the 3-minute mark, folks, in the second quarter, Shiloh trailing 45-28. It's a give in the backfield to Lorenzo Lee, and it might just be past Thanksgiving, but Lorenzo Lee offering sleigh rides in Junction City as he takes 3 Saints for a holiday sleigh ride and a pickup of about 5-6 yards, and Shiloh hit him near the line of scrimmage that time.
Well, Shiloh hit him and hung on, but Lee dragged him for about 3 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down, and it looks like close to 3 yards to go. Good time for a big hold for these Saints.
Big hold, a big fumble by Junction City. Mike, you mentioned it earlier. We talked about it. Shiloh Christian got to get some help from the football atoms and protons and neutrons floating around this field. They don't seem like they can do it on their own right now, as Godfrey just works his way off a right tackle for another first down, and it's near effortless for the senior. Mike, you said it doesn't look like he's running very fast. Marcus Godfrey runs as fast as he needs to. If there's a car going past his house doing 60, he'll do 65 if he jumps in front of it.
12 carry, 257 yards, a pickup of just about 4.5, 5 on that play, Austin, as he went off tackle, but managed to fall forward just to get the yardage he needed for a first down. First down deep in Shiloh territory.
Shiloh Christian showing them on the front line. Don't have anyone over 7, 8 yards. They've got one safety valve, about 8 yards in the secondary. Back to pass for the first time is West, and we see why he hadn't passed much as he sends it way over the head of Godfrey, and that was Wes Murray's first attempt of the night, possibly his last. It not only is an incomplete pass, it stops the clock, something Shiloh Christian is very thankful for. Coach Malzahn wanted a shootout, but Mike, unfortunately, he has spotted Junction City too much in this first half. 2:50 left to play in this second quarter of action. Folks, the scoreboard, if you've just tuned in, is out after a power transformer blew out just about 50, 100 yards behind the stadium. A car hit it, and I'm telling you, every car, every person in southeastern Arkansas is here at Junction City. Second down and 10 for the Dragons. Ball on the Shiloh Christian 30-yard line. Shiloh shows blitz, and up the middle is Godfrey, I believe, again. Let's wait and double check. And that is Nick Floyd with the stop, and it is Godfrey, the big specimen senior. He only picks up 4 yards, and I say only, yes, that kills his average. Folks, he walks into tonight's game sporting a 14.6 yard per carry average, and he's done nothing but increase that tonight.
He's just about doubling it, Austin. Not quite. 13 carries, 261 yards. Good low tackle by Nick Floyd, and that's what it's going to take. Take his legs out from under him.
Mike, this is about their 8th, 9th play on this possession for Junction City. They're eating up the game clock, and they're walking it down the field. They break huddle in I formation. Godfrey at tailback. They give to Godfrey. Shiloh initial hit on the play is Andrew Prayer. No, Nathan Brown, who just busts through there. All I saw was the 2 on the jersey. Good effort by Nathan Brown, but Mike, he can't bring him down in the backfield, and it's going to be a surge of about 3. It's going to bring up 4th and 4 for Junction City, and Shiloh, if they can stop them right now, Mike, they've got an opportunity to go in the locker room, I believe, down by 10 if they can score. 45-28 right now.
Yep, they could very well do that, Austin, and that is going to make these guys think a little bit, but they haven't been able to do it yet.
If Shiloh some way, folks, can chip this lead down to 10, here we go, 4th and 4, ball on the Shiloh 23-yard line. It's a pitch in the backfield to the right, to the halfback. He breaks off one tackler, 2. He's going to be right near first down yardage, and I think he may have gotten it. Lorenzo Lee, Mike, with some hard running. It's going to be close. And it might be one of those home team spots. That's the reason you'd like to play your games at home. It's going to be real close.
I think he's got it, Austin. Shiloh had some good penetration to force him back to the inside, but there was no help there.
It's going to be an official measurement as they bring it out. And Mike, it'll be interesting as we hope our TV crew can get a good shot of that. And it looks like it's way first down. It's by the length of the football and more. Not even real close, but I guess in a playoff atmosphere, they feel like they got to do it. And that could be the first half as Junction City, with about a minute and a half to play, got a good chance of putting another one in here, Mike.
Shiloh just unable to come up with these defensive stops when they need it. They were less than a football away from making a stop there and taking over with a minute and a half to go. Just unable to do it.
Here we go, 1st and 10 from the Shiloh. Folks, you're going to take my word, roughly the 20-yard line. We're just guessing from up here, not the greatest hash mark work from the field crew. And it's a give to Lorenzo Lee. Breaks off 1 tackler, 2 tacklers, 6 points, Junction City. It's a broken record because Junction City keeps breaking Shiloh tackles. He walks in the end zone, and folks, with over a minute left in the first half, Junction City's already scored 51 points. 1 minute, 20 seconds left to play first half, and now I'm thinking Shiloh wants to end this first half and get it over with. Unbelievable 20-yard run. No, Coach Malzahn wanting a better representation of his team down here tonight, Mike, and he's just not getting it right now. Thrown out of sync have been the Shiloh Christian Saints, who blocked that one, and it's no good, so the Saints, a little momentum, will block the PAT, and Dragon fans unsure how to even react. Their first mistake at all for Junction City tonight. Kerm Radio fans, let's take a 30-second break. 1:20 left to play first half. Saints trailing 51-28. What do you say? There's not much to say, Mike. How can they stop them in the second half?
Well, You think back to that Barton game a few years ago, Austin, it just was a couple of defensive stops that would have taken away 6-7 points from Barton and given it to Shiloh. But Shiloh's going to have to come up with just an awful big second half here, Austin. There's just not enough time here. We'll try to get what the count is here in the first half. Got to be less than a minute remaining, but Shiloh just unable to answer the call defensively as Junction City is just running. I've never seen a running attack like this, Austin.
Here we go, set to kick off. Junction City. Davis, he kicks one long, let it go out of bounds. Nick Floyd, and he does at the 22, so Shiloh will get some decent field position, and no time leaks off that precious clock. 1:20 left to play first half. We want to remind those of you on Kerm Radio, after the break at the end of the second quarter, come back. Mike and I will digest a very hectic first half, just a very hectic start to the game here in Junction City, and then we'll take you to Master Control and Ron Carlisle at Kerm Radio, and he'll be giving you the rest of your halftime here in the state quarterfinal matchup. Shiloh Christian 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Lashley looks out left, complete left to Cole McNair, who's going to go and dive towards out of bounds at the 50-yard line, and that should stop the clock, I believe. Shiloh Christian gets what they want, Mike, the little up and out pattern for Cole McNair, who gets it right around that left sideline, and he makes them pay. But the clock is Shiloh's enemy right now, but Shiloh not having trouble moving the ball. But, folks, they're not the team that's scoring the fastest out here tonight. One back formation for Shiloh Christian. Lashley back to pass. He's heavily pressured. He avoids one tackler, two. Throws across his body, complete to Cole McNair. First down yards again inside Junction City territory at the 39-yard line of the Dragons. The clock will roll once they reset the chains.
Cole McNair again. What an effort. Pick up a 15 and a pickup of 11 yards there, and he is just out doing it. He's giving it 150%, Austin. What an effort from that senior.
That's all he's showing, Mike. Effort and determination. You expect nothing less from these seniors. Lashley rolling out left. Good protection by that interior line. Who do you think it's to? Cole McNair again, and Air McNair coming up big for Shiloh. Unfortunately, he can't get out of bounds, but he's got a first down. I'm sure he'd rather have the out of bounds than first down. Near first down markers, they're going to say 12 yards gained. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Shiloh's going to take a timeout. Back in Junction City, Arkansas, Austin Bivens along with Mike Morgan. Under a minute to play here in the first half, give or take a few seconds, and Shiloh quickly rushes to the line, and Lashley, they do the fake handoff this time. It's going to be Nick Floyd with the end around left side, and he's going to bounce out of bounds. Shiloh Christian, a little trickery, a pickup of 9 yards. More importantly, he gets out of bounds. Shiloh, Mike, if they have a bag of tricks, they'd better use it tonight.
Well, that one worked very effectively as they lined up real tight. Lashley went right. Nick Floyd just picked the ball up off the ground, ran around to the left side. 2nd down and 1.
Coach Malzahn doesn't want to get his team out of the flow, though they're out of bounds. He rushes them to the line and hurriedly gets them with the playoff. Lashley looking right, throwing right, one-on-one coverage to freeze. Pass interference, and they call it. Bad pass interference, and the Junction City player says, but I didn't see it. They say, so what? You hit him. It doesn't matter if you didn't mean to do it.
You got to play the ball, not the man. And Friesen was looking back for that football. The defender was not. And that'll give him a first down in there. That's going to be pretty close to the 10-yard line. Let's see the call.
Pass interference, Mike, is that an automatic 15-yard spot of the foul? You know, they change all these rules so much in high school. You can't go by what you see in college and pros on TV.
Well, they're inside the 20 there. That's probably going to be half the distance to the goal. That'll put them on about the 10-yard line, just inside of the 10.
Shiloh Christian got a score here to keep pace with Junction City and trail by only about 3 scores, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. 1st and goal for Shiloh Christian, just inside the 10, Mike. They're going to mark it right at the 9-yard line. One back formation for Shiloh. They'll have twins, both sides. Crossing route, Cole McNair, and he can't come up with it. And he takes a pop in the kidney, but bounces up like no worries. Tough senior there, Cole McNair. It'll bring up 2nd down and goal for Shiloh at the 9.
Well, it was there too, but Cole McNair took a big shot. You know, a little slant pattern over the middle. You got to expect to get hit, and he certainly was.
Twins again for Shiloh Christian, left and right side. Lashley, plenty of time now as the pocket collapses. He's having to look, and he wisely runs out of bounds. Good heads-up play by the heady sophomore. Gets right near the 5-yard line, but also jumps out of bounds. It'll bring up 3rd and goal, obviously 2 down territory for Shiloh Christian.
Well, we've got 30 seconds left. The field announcer updates us on that, Austin. 3rd down and goal.
Mike, not that you would, but, you know, if this game gets close, you do want that score being kept on a public scoreboard. Twins formation here for Shiloh, to the left and the right. Third down and goal. Lashley plenty of time. Can he pick them apart? No, incomplete, and he throws it over the outstretched hands of Godwin.
Well, a little crossing pattern. Friesen went across. Godwin went the other way, and Shiloh's going to call a timeout here. 4th down to regroup.
Mike, welcome those of you back on Kerm Radio. 4th and goal for Shiloh Christian. Trips to the right side for Shiloh Christian. Looks like Lashley either calming the troops or changing the play. They're at the 7-yard line. Lashley looking to pass a little quick out. Touchdown Shiloh! Did he get in? Yes, touchdown Shiloh! David Meyer and Shiloh Christian proving, hey folks, you can knock us down, but we're Jerry Cooney, we ain't out.
Boy, that was what a play by David Myers. He managed to just get across the end zone line, and he was really popped. Held onto the football. Great little, just a little slant pattern to the inside from his trips right position, and JD's going to tack it on here.
If he can, Mike, it makes up at least 1 point in the exchanging of blows for Junction City and Shiloh. The Dragons missed their last point after. J.D. Weathers says, not going to happen, boys. I got my Wolverines on tonight. I'm going to kick it way long and way good. So about 20 seconds left to play in the first half. Kick away. Welcome back on Kerm Radio, live at you at Northwest Arkansas. Thanks for joining us on this holiday weekend. Onside kick. Junction City can't come down with it. Shiloh's got it. Jared Brown comes up with it in Shiloh Christian. Mike, the problem is they've got about 15, 18 seconds. Who knows with the official clock being kept up here in the booth. But Shiloh Christian going to take the ball at Junction City's 46-yard line with probably 2 plays left.
Well, 2 plays. I believe they've got 2 timeouts. We're not sure what they've got. They've got 1 timeout remaining here. Less than 15 seconds. Let's see what they can invent.
Mike, first time Shiloh's taking the ball in Junction City territory. Shiloh's going to run them all out this time. Good protection. Lashley looking long. He's got one. David Meyer, who walks the tightrope on the sideline, and it's complete. At the 24-yard line, and Shiloh Christian feeling it. Hold on, folks. We're not the underdogs yet. Mike, what do you do?
22 yards, Austin, and David Meyer, what a catch. He really straddled the sideline, managed to keep his feet in, and this Shiloh crowd is on their feet.
Everyone wondering how much time's left on the clock. Shiloh Christian's Lashley back to pass. Plenty of time. He looks over the middle. He's got a man. It's Friesen, and he's picked off in the end zone. And they're going to return. It's Junction City. He picks up one good block, another good block. Running down the left side is Davis. There's a flag thrown, and it could be clipping against Junction City. We'll wait and see. Lashley really had no choice but to throw that deep, Mike, and he's picked off.
Well, and I tell you, there could have been pass interference on that play because Friesen was pushed off the football.
But it was so late, Mike, and it's up here around the 30-yard line. If that's a call, boy, you're going to hear Junction City erupt because that was a real late flag. I'm thinking it's on the return.
Well,
it's got to be on the return, matter of fact.
Yeah. I think at this point the time is over. Time has expired.
But a half can't end on a, what, defensive
penalty. Shiloh can go ahead and decline it and call it a half.
It is against Junction City, and if Shiloh Christian wants to honor that penalty, they'll get another play. Shiloh says, let's get out of here, folks. That is going to end the first half of play, folks. A half that has seen 86 points scored by Junction City and Shiloh.
Zone. Here we go.
Here we go. The Saints set to receive their 10th possession of tonight's game. Nick Floyd off around the right sideline, and he's hammered at the 35-yard line. But what do you expect? It's Nick Floyd, and he's got to get hit hard at least once a game or he doesn't know he's played. Shiloh will take over, start the third quarter, 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. No, folks, there's still no scoreboard or play clock, so we'll just have to guesstimate the best of our ability. But, hey, that's what we do best.
Yeah, they tried to fix it at halftime, but just unable to do that as Shiloh is back in shotgun. Here we go.
Lashley, he'll send Godwin in motion. It's going to be the halfback pass this time. They're not buying it, but Cole McNair, beautiful pattern, comes back to the ball and then dives his way back to originally where he caught it, a pickup of about 8 yards, and they didn't give him any forward momentum on that one, but there's a flag down. And Godwin is pointing towards Junction City.
Well, either Junction City came offside. I'm not quite sure. They're discussing it right now. Let's go ahead and go field side, look at the call.
Illegal Pledge of Allegiance. I haven't seen that call this year.
I think he wasn't quite sure on that one, Austin.
Put his hand over.
Here we go.
It's against Junction City. Do we know? We go to our expert who doesn't have a clue. I hadn't seen that call all this year. I'm not sure. Puts his hand over his heart like he's...
Well...
Nobody
seems to know what that call is.
The press box. If this was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, we'd all go home broke on that one. Call your neighbor. Call your best friend. Maybe he knows. So we're sorting it out. I'm not sure they know on the field. Mike, maybe you got a cheat sheet there? Anything to help us?
Well, I'm going through all the official calls here, and it looks like illegal substitution against Junction City.
And now they mark it off back
against the Saints.
It was against Junction City. And now they have to get to the original line to mark it off, and it's going to be 5 yards and repeat the down. It should be a repeat the down, or there'd be no reason for Shiloh to take that penalty, and of course they will. So it'll be 1st down and 5 now. Shiloh gets the ball to the Saint 40-yard line. Just underway here in the 3rd quarter. Shiloh trailing 51-28. One back formation for Shiloh. Lashley looking around. He's unsure of what to do. Coach Malzahn waving his hands on the sideline like he's directing a 747 into the landing zone. They'll finally snap the ball. Lashley deep shotgun. He looks right. He's got a man. That's Andrew Prey. A little sprint pass out around the right side. Andrew Prey, room to roam. He just gets knocked out of bounds at the Junction City 40-yard line by Godfrey, who comes up slow again. And Andrew Prey, the senior. And Mike, we've talked all year about senior leadership. They're going to have him in the 2nd half.
Well, and now they're working Andrew Prey into the football game. I think that was an audible by Lashley. A good quick call, and Prey wide open over the middle.
Trips the left side, and they'll isolate McNair to the right, and they'll throw to the right. It's to Andrew Prey. It's bobbled around, incomplete, and that one was almost picked off, thrown about a 1/4 step behind Prey. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Shiloh Christian, who seemed to be in a even faster paced no-huddle offense, Mike, than before. 397 yards passing for Rhett Lashley. And, Mike, there's a lot of records could fall tonight because he'll get in 4 quarters of play for sure. Junction City hasn't stopped Shiloh. Shiloh hasn't stopped Junction City. The difference, turnovers for Shiloh Christian. Lashley heavily pursued, and it should be pass interference, and it is again. Bad play by Junction City's D-back, Mike, as he hits David Meyer, who, if he had even caught the ball, it had been a 5-yard loss. He was behind the line.
Well, Larry Williams ran into David Meyer because it looked like Lashley was just trying to get rid of it and throw it in somebody's direction. And that is a very, very timely penalty for Shiloh, as they're going to maintain the football, get deep into Junction City territory, and really starting to control this football game to start out the 2nd half.
Mike, interestingly, to see what will happen to Junction City if Shiloh put a little heat on them. These Dragons have not even been pressured this year, and though some prognosticators predicted Junction City to win this game, everyone predicting a great shootout, close game, high scoring. They've got the high scoring. If Shiloh puts this one in, it's a close game too.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks. Shiloh scores here, kicks an extra point. They're inside of 10 points on Junction City, and they're going to make these young men start to think.
And don't think, because Mike, Junction City, they're going to have to think, because they've given everything to Shiloh they could give, and Saints hang tough. Folks, there's a lot of character out here wearing white jerseys with Shiloh Christian around it. Twins to the left and right for Shiloh Christian. Lashley plenty of time, stays in the pocket well, and throws just incomplete. Deep crossing route. Good sportsmanship by the two teams. David Meyer, intended target, and Mike Rhett Lashley, who's been sacked twice this year. And I guess it'll count a 3rd time with that intentional grounding once this game. But Mike, he stayed in there and took heavy pressure.
He did, and he does that so well. Coach Malzahn talked about that. He stays in that pocket, doesn't get happy feet, but he does move around and bounce a little bit. It was good to get rid of that ball.
Here we go, 2nd down and 10. Shiloh at the Junction City 35-yard line. Saints trying to set up the dump pass to Andrew Prey, who drops the ball. Thrown a little low to Andrew Prey, and Mike, really not much gained if he had caught that one. Maybe a yard, nothing significant for Shiloh, who trailed 51-28 with about 9.5, 10 minutes to play in this 3rd quarter. No way to know for sure. Scoreboard is out after the transformer blew up at about 7:20, folks. We're an hour late even getting started.
Well, Larry Williams made another nice play. Seems to be shadowing anybody coming out of the backfield. He made it again for Junction City.
You're right, Mike. Lashley in shotgun again. Shiloh deep in Junction City. They'll set up the dump pass again. It's complete to Friesen this time. Friesen's got 1st down yardage in front of him. He needs a block, and no, he just crosses back over. He's hit hard, but not before he penetrates the 10-yard line.
Flag.
There's a late flag because there's a late hit, and that's a good call. Better be a late hit.
Well, Friesen, what a great individual effort. Once again, they ran the same play again, but they crossed Friesen from the right-hand side, kind of a running screen. Lashley hit him right in stride. McNair was down there trying to pick up some blocks for him. Friesen was really hit very, very hard, but piling on, and that's going to be the call.
Mike, Shiloh Christian, if they can just get Junction City into playing a little sloppy ball.
That's right.
That's what when you rely purely on athleticism, what can happen. Junction City can't stall the ball now, Mike, if Shiloh puts this one in. Folks, another first down for Shiloh, deep inside the Dragons' territory. Hey, folks, break you off another turkey drumstick and come on back. We still got a ball game in South Arkansas. First and goal for Shiloh at the 4-yard line. Trips to the right side. They'll send David Meyer out of the backfield. It's a quarterback keeper. Touchdown, Shiloh. Rhett Lashley, the sophomore, runs 4 yards, 6 points up, and Shiloh's in this game big. And Shiloh Christian has not gone down. And, Mike, if they come back in this one, this will be the game of the century for Shiloh Christian.
Never give up on these Saints, Austin. And I tell you what, I wish I had an ear in that locker room at halftime because...
it'd be red.
Well, I tell you what, they're going to encourage these young men, and they're going to encourage them to get out there in that second half and get on it. Here we go, J.D.
J.D. Weathers pulling out the hammer. It might be Thanksgiving, but he's on the clock. Tacks it on, and Shiloh Christian jumps back in this game, folks, trailing 51-42. It's a 9-point game, Mike Morgan.
Away.
They do the onside kick again, and Shiloh's going to recover it. It's close. They might have hit it before.
They got it.
And it looks like they could have got it, Mike.
No. Look at this referee. He is marking that ball inside of 10 yards. That ball was not touched until it got past that 10-yard line.
Mike, it was close. I looked at it on that right side. It looked about 8 yards. Is that what? It was real close.
They're marking it at about 9 yards, 10 inches, just inside of that mark.
Well, now, that's a bad spot if you ask me, because actually I thought Shiloh on the far sideline might have hit it around the 8-yard line. It hit someone's shin and bounced off. We're not at the vantage point, but Mike, once again, a play that could have went to Shiloh didn't. Mark it down, because Shiloh, that's the second one they hadn't got, or third.
Inches again, and Shiloh's going to have to overcome that. They say football is a game of inches. It certainly has proved so here tonight.
Mike, this is how Shiloh started out the game. An onside kick they almost got and didn't. That one didn't even go 10 yards, and we'll wait and see as Junction City, as they started the game, starts out in the I formation. And there's an official timeout here, because that's not a good spot. If that's the spot, Shiloh gets the ball because they got it 10 yards.
It's gone 10 yards. If that happens to be the spot, they're talking about it.
Of course, you don't want them to put the spot where it belongs, because that's going to give Junction City 2 more yards. Oh, it's close, Mike.
Let's go ahead and look at the call here.
Pull that thing out,
well,
Mike.
We're going to have to see. That's a 10-yard penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct.
15 yards. They had it at the 50. It's marked at the 35, Mike. 5, 10, 15. There must have been some jawing going on.
Well, you just don't want to give anything away. These Saints need a break. They don't need to hurt themselves, and that's going to give them that ball on the 35-yard line.
Could have been from the sidelines. Nobody knows, Mike. It could have possibly been one of the coaches. I formation for Junction City, starting great field position. It'll be to Marcus Godfrey, who is introduced properly to Nathan Brown, who says black, blue, brown, any of the above will do for me. And the senior stops him. Still a 3-yard gain for Marcus Godfrey.
Yeah, but Nathan Brown managed to get in low and get into Godfrey's legs on that, drive through him. Nathan Brown will hit you. And a lot of these running backs have not been hit tonight, or this year, for that matter, Austin.
Mike, uncharacteristic of Shiloh, though, last week, like we said, 9 penalties, 122 yards. The Saints, some controversial or not, but the Saints cannot allow Junction City to start at their own, at Shiloh's 35-yard line. 2nd and 8. Tailback up the middle again. Godfrey stopped for minimal gain at best. He's introduced to the Shiloh line, and Jared Brown coming up, pumping it, feeling it, loving it in Junction City.
Jared Brown starting to pick up his game, shooting those gaps, getting in the backfield. That was team effort. They'll bring up 3rd and long here, 3rd and almost 7 yards, and there was a number of Saints reacting to that football on the short side of the field. Once again, Ryan right off left tackle. They've been able to get some big yardage there tonight.
Mike, you can tell Junction City fans not used to the playoff atmosphere. A lot of them sitting down right now looking at 3rd and 8, leading 51-35. Shiloh fans up on their feet. They know how to react come quarterfinal matchup time. It looks more like a wing tee set almost for Junction City, who'll go sweep right side. They just try and break out around the left side. It's Easter. He's going to work his way, and it's going to be a touchdown, Junction City. Why they don't run that every time is beyond my wildest dreams. 33 yards in all, 6 points, no flags, and Junction City just makes it look easy, and Easter literally was not touched.
Well, he just zigzagged. He went inside. They managed to catch Nick Floyd on the inside, and he popped back around to the outside, Austin. I don't know if that's a good description, but they had it shut down on the inside, and they just didn't have anybody out there to track Easter down once he got Outside.
Speaking of track, I would hate to see these Dragons on a track, Mike, come the spring. Davis kicks it up, kicks it long, kicks it good, and with who knows how long left in the third quarter, about 8 minutes to play, Junction City gets back on the board here in the third quarter, 7 points this time, and lead 58-42. Trailing right now, 58-42. Junction City kicks away. Godwin going to have to retrieve this at the 17-yard line up the left sidelines and just diving his way. Good return to around the 28-yard line. A good 10, 11-yard gain. Junction City not great tackling, Mike. Defensively, Shiloh just unable to catch Junction City, but Junction City haven't been impressed with their technique and their wrapping them up defensively.
Well, but speed makes up for a lot of lack of technique.
That's right.
It certainly has here tonight, Austin, when you've got so many football players that you can throw at them that have that kind of speed. They are just unable to they're just unable to stop them, Austin. They can for 2-3 downs, but Junction City always seems to come up with that third or fourth down where they pop something big.
8:58 left to play, Mike, in this third quarter is what they're telling us unofficially. They keep it up here unofficially and officially down on the field. One back formation for Shiloh. Lashley in shotgun. He fakes right, throws right. He throws into single coverage. Cole McNair comes back for it. He's having a great game. At the 44-yard line of Shiloh, a pickup of 14. Move the chains and keep on moving Shiloh.
Cole McNair, his 12th catch on the evening. That's got to put him close to 200 yards. Try 201 yards. What an effort tonight from that young man.
Trips to the left side for Shiloh. They'll isolate McNair out to the left. Right, he's pushed out of bounds. Crossing route, shallow. David Meyer, he needs to pick up a block. Don't do it, Godwin. Godwin does a good job not to pick up a clip. He lets the blocker or the would-be tackler run past him. And David Meyer is going to be right near first down yardage again. And Mike, Shiloh Christian offensively can't say it enough. After those 2 turnovers, they've punted once tonight. Every other time they've put it in the end zone. So far tonight, though, Mike, the way Junction City's played on offense, Shiloh would had to play a perfect game offensively to be in this game. 435 yards passing for Rhett Lashley. He could reach the 1,000-yard mark before it's over. He's back to pass. He's hit as he throws, but he should be complete. David Meyer can't come down with it, and misjudged on the play is David Meyer. David Meyer never does that, Mike. Maybe the ball coming off Lashley's hand funny, but Meyer just kind of ran back under it.
Well, Meyer ran to the open part of the football field, tried to make an adjustment back to the football, but just unable to get anything but just a fingertip on it. That's okay. That brings up 3rd and short.
3rd down and about a long yard for Shiloh Christian at the 49-yard line of Junction City. Lashley will send Meyer in motion. It's a quarterback keeper. Lashley hit the ground, buddy. Act like it's a fire and stop, drop, and roll. He's right near first down yardage. A good spot. Actually, Shiloh got a break there. A good spot. And it's right near first down yardage for Shiloh at the 47-yard line.
Every time he moves his foot, it moves back a little bit, Austin. So I think he may be short of the first down. They're going to call for a measurement here as Grant Nickel comes back into the game. Young man, not 100% by any stretch tonight. Just a great effort from Nickel just to be in this football game.
2 weeks, Mike, he's been out. He had the virus last week you mentioned, and this week, not 100%. Shiloh's got to have everyone tonight's game. Measurements come out. The sticks need to be kind to Shiloh, and they're not. 4th down, and Mike, his initial spot's a first down, but like you said, he moved back about 2 widths of his foot, and hey, it's 4th down and inches, and that's what you call home field advantage, folks. Betty Crocker's at Junction City, a little home cooking courtesy of the Dragons.
Well, it's a game of inches, Austin. Shiloh has not been able to rise to the occasion when they've needed to tonight. Let's see if they can turn the tide and pick up this first down.
Folks, this could be the ball game. Though we're midway through the third quarter, Shiloh's got to score here. They'll send Twins out way left, and then right side of the field, Shiloh spreads them out, and they jump them off sides again. Shiloh does it for the 3rd time tonight.
Well, there's... I tell you what,
that's
just a great call by Coach, probably by Coach Wood, Coach Malzahn up there. Great execution of that staggered count by Lashley, and all you got to do is cross that neutral zone, and we weren't even thinking about that. That's the beauty of it. They call it when you just aren't thinking about it.
I know some other folks that weren't thinking about it. About 11 guys wearing purple jerseys, and Shiloh Christian, maybe not as athletic as Junction City, but football savvy, it doesn't match up. Shiloh Christian wins that battle. Split back formation for Shiloh Christian. Lashley back to Baum. He goes into one-on-one coverage. Is it complete? No, Friesen can't come down with it, and a great try by John Friesen. One-on-one coverage and well covered by Davis on the play. Lashley put in a good place. Friesen couldn't come down, Mike.
Well, it looked like he had a hand on it, but the ball was thrown well, and it was thrown to the outside, and that's the position that Friesen had on the defender. And if you're not going to come down with it, nobody is.
7:45 left to play unofficially here in this third quarter. Shiloh second down and 10 at the 42-yard line of Junction City. Lashley plenty of time. He throws incomplete to Andrew Frey, who can't come down with it. He needed that catch. It wouldn't have been for a first down, but it had been close, and it's going to bring up third down. And Mike Morgan, Shiloh Christian, whether it's a perfect pass or not, Shiloh Christian going to have to come up with those.
Yeah, a couple of times they've been able to get Prey open, and he's made a couple of big catches for him as well, but that one should have been pulled in. Look for Cole McNair on a little crossing pattern with Meyer. 3rd and 10 at the Junction City 42. Lashley has been 0 for 3 his last 3 attempts. He throws one incomplete, and Cole McNair tried to run with it, Mike, before he caught it. He had it in his bread basket and turned upfield before he had it secured and drops it. He just went straight down the football field. He took the angle out. Meyer took the angle in, and it was right there, Austin. You can see him turn his head just a little bit early. That brings up 4th down and 10. Here we go. Lashley shouldn't have to do this too many times tonight, Mike, but he is. 4th down, he's heavily pressured. He throws. He's going towards a man. It's to Meyer, complete at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Shiloh. It's not a first down. It's a touchdown, Saints. No flags, no harm. Touchdown, Shiloh. Oh, don't back them up, baby. They'll punch the clock and go to work. 44-yard touchdown, perfect strike to David Meyer. As he was doing an up and out, he went right for the flag in the right corner of the end zone, caught it on about the 10-yard line, broke a tackle. That ball was right on the money. They saw something. They haven't gone to that play recently. They were waiting on that one just for the right opportunity. JD's going to try to put him inside of 10 again. J.D. Weathers going to try and make it a 9-point game. He's got 99 on his jersey. And J.D. Weathers, it's no good, so it's back to a 10-point game, Mike. And J.D. Weathers, though, he's had tons of kicks tonight. So the score, 58-48. Junction City. Shiloh Christian, they go for the little floater kick near the outside the sideline, and he goes out of bounds. Does Jamario Easter, and that's going to be the worst field position that Junction City's seen, Mike, since early in the first quarter, though that field position didn't slow Junction City down. They've scored every time they've touched the ball, correct? I believe so, Austin. What, was it one time near the end of the third quarter? The end of the second quarter, did they not score then? I'm thinking they have scored every time they've touched the ball, haven't they? They haven't had a turnover. Unbelievable. They have not given the ball up once tonight, Austin. We haven't heard a heck of a lot here in the last few minutes from number 3. 7:20 unofficially. I'm sorry, Mike. 7:20 left to play here in the third quarter. They've got the ball spotted right on the 30-yard line of Junction City, who break off in that wing tee to the right. They'll throw to the right. It's a sweep. It's Easterly. He cuts back. He's still on his feet. He doesn't go down. There's a fumble on the play, and another one picks up the ball, and that is Davis. Davis in tonight's game, folks. Davis has 9 points on point afters, I believe, or 8 unofficially. And Davis, very opportunistic, Mike. Instead of Shiloh getting the fumble, Shiloh, the ball just hadn't bounced their way. It's a pickup of 15. Goes right in front of Davis. He picks it up, and he picks up another 10 yards on the play. First down in Shiloh territory, just outside of the 45-yard line. Mike, 3-4-yard gain, maybe even a turnover, turns into a 15, 18-yard pickup for Junction City, who's leading right now, 56 to 20. We'll look at that in a minute. Give around the right side, going nowhere fast. Are the Eagles on, or the Dragons on that one, as I start to forget. 58-48. Had to get that out. 58-48. Junction City leading right now, 58-48. Well, just a pickup of 2 plays by Corey Hurst, the fullback, number 44, brings up second down and 8 yards. Dragons coming into tonight's game over 4,400 yards of offense by ground. And Mike, they've outscored teams in the second half 183-14. So they've still had a lot of, but you see by the talent they've got, their third string, that's why they've been scoring so many points. Their third and fourth string putting it on them. Second down and 8 for the Dragons at the Shiloh 44-yard line. Split back formation, give to the right halfback. That is going to be the big fullback in Corey Hurst. Shiloh pushes him out around the right side. What they wanted to do, Mike, it wasn't a sweep to begin with. Shiloh clogs the hole and makes him run left.
And Shiloh stops him for a minimal gain at best. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
Well, not much yardage there, just a very, very short pickup. Some excellent pursuit to the short side of the football field by Shiloh, as once again they serve to string it out and allow Shiloh's linebackers and defensive backs to close. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to pop this back off tackle to the left side again. They've been able to run that play for some major yardage tonight.
Watch for the sweep. That's what we're being told as they send that little wing back, Mike, kind of offset. More of a wing tee. They fake the sweep left, and now it's back right to Godfrey, who's dancing his way through Shiloh's secondary, and then he's introduced to Jared Brown, who says, I'm tired of it. It's a pickup of 2, maybe 3 yards for Godfrey. It'll bring up 4th down and 4. It's in 2-down situation for Junction City.
They're bringing in the punting team.
They are, Mike, but don't get too excited, Cole McNair, because you just don't know if they're going to go for it. Way back is Godfrey to punt, and I don't believe he's their punter. We were told Mario Carter handled the punting duties for Junction City. We'll see, though. Godfrey, he's going to punt it away. He sends a good spiral end over end, and Shiloh's going to let it bounce, and it's going to die inside the 10 at the 6-yard line, and it is going to be 1st and 10 for Shiloh at the 6. Let's take a 30-second break on radio and a 1-minute break on TV. We'll be back after this. Lashley in shotgun. Shiloh trips to the right side. Very shallow defensive line for Junction City, and Lashley trying to make him pay, and he does. He breaks out of 1 tackler, 2. He tries to get out around the left sideline and taken out of bounds. He's one of the toughest 6'1", 175-pounders you're going to find in Arkansas. Rhett Lashley. Mike proven once again he doesn't only hold a holster, he's got a pretty mean set of feet.
Well, same exact play again, Austin. A pickup of 15 yards, but he was stopped about 2 yards into the secondary. Little spin move, broke a couple of tackles, gives him a 1st down. Almost to the 30-yard line. Good territory to operate this offense from.
4, maybe 4.5 minutes left, 3rd quarter. Shiloh trailing 58-48. Mike, they're in this game if they score here. Lashley going for a long bomb. He throws into one-on-one coverage, and it's almost picked off. And good defensive play by Brad Godwin. Yes, I said defensive. He prevented an interception as Lashley put that up in great one-on-one coverage, and I believe that was Godfrey back there.
That was Godfrey back there in coverage, and that's a little bit of a size mismatch, if you will. But you're absolutely right, Austin. Godwin made a nice defensive play on the offensive side.
Godwin, Godfrey, Shiloh Christian, a lot of heaven up here at Junction City. Lashley, lots of trouble. He throws on the run, could be complete. It is to Friesen at the 45 of Junction City. At the 40-yard line, he's taken out of bounds, and Shiloh picking it up in chunks. 5, 10, 15 yards. Mike, the 35-yard line of the Dragons. Huge pickup for Shiloh Christian back in Junction City territory. Shiloh trailing by 10, but they've got it 1st and 10 at the Junction City 37-yard line. Lashley under center, 2-step drop. Screamer across the middle, left side, crossing route by David Meyer. David Meyer bouncing out. It's the Crisco kid who rides again near 1st down yardage. About an 8-yard pickup. Welcome back on Kerm Radio. Shiloh hits with a little slant pass across the middle to David Meyer. Picks up 8 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 2. Shiloh inside the 30-yard line of Junction City, about the 24.
David Meyer was trying to see if he could break it open as Lashley's under center.
Pro set formation for Shiloh. They'll give to that tailback, David Meyer again. Meyer, 1st down for Shiloh in his first carry of tonight's game substantially, Mike. He leads the team in yards carried, yards touchdowns by land, and as well as yards per carry.
Well, they just surprised them. They wanted to get that 1st down so they could operate with a full reset here. They got a new rack.
About 3 minutes left, 3rd quarter. Shiloh 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Lashley will audible. Looks like Andrew Prey to that left wing back position. 1-back formation. They fake to David Meyer. Lashley rolling left, throwing left. Complete. Great catch by Andrew Prey. Touchdown Shiloh. Oh, Andrew Prey says, I ain't going down like that, folks, and he will not be denied. And the senior comes up with his first score of the game. And oh, how about perfect timing?
Well, unbelievable. Rhett Lashley under center, so right away they think he's going to hand off, and he goes ahead and does a sprint out to the left flat, and he comes up as if he's going to run. That loosens up coverage on Andrew Prey, who makes a great catch in full extension, manages to hold his balance, break a tackle, and just get into that end zone. And here's JD to tack on the extra point.
JD Weathers up. Can he get this one in? And it's good. So Shiloh Christian, Junction City cheerleaders scream. I don't think they knew what was going on. They celebrate. Shiloh fans celebrating. Mike, they're back in this game 58-55. Hold on to your seats. We got a game and Junction City is stunned. Mike, let's take 30 seconds on Kerm Radio. We're back after this. Week. Janie Weathers gets set to kick away. He sends it high and long inside the 15-yard line. It doesn't go to Godfrey, but Godfrey springs a good block. And for some reason, Junction City breaks into the 40-yard line, but for some reason, Jared Payne reverses field back in the middle. And I'm going to tell you, the sidelines have been nothing but sweet to Junction City.
Well, Jared Payne with a very nice return gives a good field position just outside of their own 40-yard line. And I tell you what, they are coming to their feet here in Junction City on both sides of this football field as Shiloh has closed to within 3 points. And who would have figured, Austin?
I'll be honest, Mike, not me, with the way Junction City had been running that ball here in this first half. They've turned over and started playing too conservative here in this second half, and it's costing them. Shiloh trailing only 58-55. It's a handoff to the left halfback. Maybe 2 yards gained. Shiloh's defense has stepped up to the call, Mike, in this second half.
Godfrey's, instead of picking them up 25 yards at a time, he's picking them up 3 and 4 yards at a time, but he's just not getting much room to run. Pickup of almost 4 yards on the play on his 18th carry.
Oh, Mike, this one is wild. Shiloh Christian stunned coming out of the gates, trailing, what was it? Trailing 24-0 before they score their first points and have clawed back into 3 points. Those of you that aren't for Shiloh, well, you might want to turn off the radio because the Saints aren't out of it yet. Second down and about 6-4. Junction City sweep left side. It's going to be Godfrey, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1. Brent Morgan comes up along with one of the linebackers, Nathan Brown. Andrew Prey, I believe, in on as well, and Shiloh saying, pickup of maybe 1-2 yards, third down and 4. In Junction City, Mike, I don't hear the fans. A lot of air gone out of the stands.
Well, and Godfrey, they're starting to get into his legs, Austin, and he's starting to take some good pops. That's going to take a couple of miles per hour. He's not running a 4.4 right now, Austin. He's running about a 5.2.
Mike Morgan indeed correct, as Shiloh Christian's defense taking a little tread off of the tires of Marcus Godfrey. 3rd and 4 at the 46-yard line of Junction City. It's sweep to the right side. They contain him, and they stopped him. Can they keep it going? It is another stop by Shiloh's defensive front line, and Dennis Young is going to be credited with at least half a takedown. But Shiloh, Mike, it was not one guy, it was everybody in on that play.
Everybody was in. They turned it back to the inside. Dennis Young managed to get a good grip on him from about the waist up, and he just wasn't going to let him go. And it looks like they're going to bring in their punting team again here, Austin. I am very surprised to see this.
There's some boos going out on Junction City, and hey, why not? But Godfrey is back. He's still deep, though, Mike. Man, I'm surprised. If they're punting this, what are they thinking? He does, and Shiloh's free to let him do it. Shiloh sends no one back wisely. They just can't afford to do that, Mike, and it's going to penetrate the 10 to around the 6-7 yard line, and that's where Shiloh Christian will begin again here in the third quarter, as Shiloh Christian, Mike, will take their 4th possession of this second half, a 45-yard punt. Mike, Shiloh sends no one back to receive it just in case it was a fake.
Wow. I tell you what, pretty rough field position for Shiloh, but that's about where they were last time when Lashley managed to pop a couple of them.
It was exactly, Mike.
6- and 15-yard gains in order to give Shiloh some breathing room. Now Shiloh not rushed by this clock.
44 seconds, Mike, third quarter, but you're right, no rush as far as overall game clock. 44 seconds is what Shiloh will begin with here, as they'll send twins to the left and to the right, and I believe that's Friesen out wide left. That's Godwin. Lashley rolls right. He's going to be hit as he throws into single coverage again.
Oh, pass interference.
And he's asking for pass interference, and he gets no call, and that is a bad no call, Mike. Almost an interception. And if there'd have been an interception, I'm telling you, Gus Malzahn, folks, let's hope he brought a whole can of deodorant. He's sweating it on that second sideline. He's working overtime.
Well, I just don't know where that was. I'm sorry. I'm a fan too, Austin, but Meyer was bumped on the play. He had the ball right in his breadbasket, but he was bumped just prior to receiving it.
35 seconds left, third quarter. Shiloh trailing 58-55, folks. It's a shootout in South Arkansas. Quick slant, Shiloh Christian, incomplete to David Meyer. And Mike, Shiloh has had the dropsies in this last 2 series. They did score last time, but this brings up 3rd down and 10, and Shiloh forcing themselves to make the big plays.
Well, they unable to get anything there as Meyer, once again, a little slant pattern over the middle.
And that's going to end the third quarter of action. A third quarter dominated by Shiloh Christian, who have scratched and clawed their way back into a three-point game, trailing 58-55. Lashley will audible Andrew Prey kind of out of the backfield. Two-step drop for Shiloh's. Rhett Lashley complete to Cole McNair, who tiptoe catches it. Unbelievable catch for the senior Cole McNair. You bet it. First down, Shiloh.
Pickup of 12 yards, 13 yards on the play. Cole McNair with a great full extension on the catch, just fell down because he couldn't maintain his feet. Rhett Lashley, he fired that ball in there. Cole McNair can hold on to those, though.
Little two-step, Mike. It's going to be that little double pass, and it's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Brad Godwin. Brad Godwin hit as he throws, Mike, and he is clocked as he tries to throw it. And I don't know why he didn't hold on to that ball and eat it, but it's first down for Junction City, and Mike, a huge turnaround, and Junction City fans come to their feet all of a sudden. 1st and 10 around the Shiloh 34-yard line. Big play.
Well, just when Shiloh picked up that big first down, looked like they were going to march down the field to take their first lead of this football game. Defensively, Junction City made a big play as they really busted Brad Godwin. Ball went up in the air, and there was no Shiloh Saint in the area.
Junction City. Looks like the wing tee this time they're still out of. Back to pass is Wes. He's got a man open, and it is complete touchdown, Junction City. When you don't think they're going to pass, Mike, they've played an exceptional game. Jared Payne from 33 yards out catches a touchdown strike from Wes Murray, and Mike, it's a 9-point game again.
33 yards and a touchdown from a team that has only completed 9 passes all year coming into this football game, Austin.
Snap is way low and way no good, as Davis misses again tonight. And so with about 10 minutes left to play in this ball game, Junction City creeps back out, Mike, to a 64-55 lead. A lot of times you don't see them start out with trickery, but Shiloh did that. A little short kick. Shiloh having trouble recovering it. Andrew Prey and Nick Floyd have a group hug with the ball in the middle, but wisely both guys hang on to that ball and say, I don't care how it looks, we're hanging on to that ball for our team.
Well, this is crunch time. You don't want to fumble it, and it looked like Andrew Prey and Nick Floyd that ball was not going to come out of there, Austin. Get it in this offense's hands and let them make it happen.
The only problem, Mike, is Shiloh has let Junction City fans back in this game. They were confused why their coach punted the ball. Shiloh had them where they wanted, reeling after the offsides. Big costly penalty for Shiloh on the turnover. Rhett Lashley back. They fake the handoff in the backfield. Lashley rolling left, looking left. He's got a man open, sidelines complete. John Friesen catches it with his hands. Ice cold John Friesen, 13-yard pickup. Move the chains, first down Shiloh.
13-yard pickup.
Shiloh Christian, Mike, they got to spread them out, and they're doing that pretty good. Andrew Prey last series. Godwin has caught a couple. They've got to get them all involved. Actually, they've got to get Godwin probably a little more involved. Lashley back around the 35-yard line. Junction City fakes a pass. He's going to keep it. He's running out around the left sidelines, and he's going to sneak his way in near the first down yardage, and it's going to be close for a spot. Folks, I'm not just saying this. Shiloh couldn't buy a good spot tonight. That's going to be close.
Well, that's a first down. He'd almost prefer that he didn't get it, but he just managed to extend it a couple of extra yards. That's his 6th carry for 41 yards on the night, and the passing yardage is off the chart, Austin. We'll get an update here for you in a little bit.
Coach Carpenter and crew, they're on the sidelines. Rhett Lashley, shotgun formation, trips to the right side. Lashley looks right, throws right, a little shallow crossing route to David Meyer, who's going to run out the sideline. He picks up a good block downfield, and then he's not going to get out of bounds. He was trying to get that block set up by Brad Godwin right around the Shiloh, or the Junction City 28-yard line is where it is. It's the 29-yard line, so another first down for Shiloh. Mike, their offense has not sputtered much, if any, tonight. First down.
Another 20-yard pickup.
Rhett Lashley and crew, one back formation for Shiloh, and Shiloh Christian, another middle error, Mike, as they snap the ball, and Lashley wasn't ready, and it just goes past him, and he has to turn and run behind it. Looks like one of those bad NFL film bloopers, and it's going to penetrate or push Shiloh back to the Junction City 46-yard line. There's another 25 yards lost.
Well, looked like Tommy Johnson thought that the snap was ready to go. Here we go.
Offsides again, Junction City, and that's Easterly, who has done a lot of things right for Junction City. But he didn't do it right that time, and he was way over, so Shiloh will get 5 yards back, Mike, but they're going to need 3 more of those to get back where they were.
Just to back where they were. It looked like Lashley was probably going to an audible, Austin, and but it was just about the point that Tommy Johnson was ready to snap the ball, and Lashley made a good heads-up play to fall on it.
About 10 and a half minutes left to play in this game, folks. Shiloh trailing 64-55. Lashley in shotgun. He's got a little short out if he wants it. He decides not to take it and go deep to Coleman. There, complete. Inside the original line of scrimmage, and a pickup of about 15 yards, Mike, and it'll put Shiloh 3rd down and about 4 deep inside Junction City territory at the 20-22-yard line.
And about 6 yards to go.
Boy, it's hard to see these measurements, Mike, but Shiloh right around the 20-25-yard line. Over 600-yard passing for Rhett Lashley tonight with that pass. Twins, Lashley's going to audible, move himself under center from shotgun, 1 back formation, 2 steps, drop, slant pass over the middle, complete. David Meyer,
there
touchdown Shiloh! Touchdown Shiloh, go ahead.
Oh, man. Sorry, Austin, I just can't help it. David Meyer, Lashley saw that David Meyer had a step to the inside on that defender, and there was nobody back there in the secondary. David Meyer, touchdown from, what was that, about 18 yards
out?
out?
No, over 24.
24 yards out.
Shiloh back within 3 points, Mike. Actually, they can get this a little more than that if they can connect on this point after. It'll be a 2-point game, I do believe. With the point after. Right now, it's a 3-point game.
Well, it's 64-61 at this point. That's right.
64-61. Shiloh down by 3, waiting for the point after, and they're allowing Junction City to get a man on the field, and I didn't know you could do that. I thought you dropped the ball, and if they're not on there, too bad. But the official's going to give Junction City time to reset. Brad Godwin with the hold. J.D. Weathers, it's up, it's high, it's long, it's way, way, way good. The knockout punch, and the Saints have come back and answered the bell to the 15th and final round. Squib kick by Shiloh. Junction City going to let it go.
Ball.
It's a live ball, Barry Foster-esque, as he forgets it's not a punt. And the Junction City, and Mike, that's one of the first mental lapses by Junction City, and that's a big one.
Well, that is Jared Payne on that play. Just kind of let that ball go down, and it kept rolling down 10, 15-yard line. Now down inside, just about to the 10, 11-yard line, let's say the 12. First down, but they're deep in their own territory. Good field position for Shiloh on the defensive side.
Oh, Shiloh, what you don't want to do is let them break one outside, and you know good and well that's what they're after now. But, Mike, let me tell you what has happened with that last scoring possession with Junction City's quarterback in Wes Murray, who runs the play in from the sidelines. He's given a lot of options to Junction City, who now have 9 minutes and 48 seconds to negotiate. Shiloh Christian only down by 2, and a great effort by both teams tonight. It's a give to the right halfback. There's going to be a face mask. And they don't call it. Shiloh got away with that when they caught him right on the top of the head. I thought a lot of times they just considered that the whole face mask. Evidently not. And I believe that was Cole McNair or Andrew Prey that literally palmed the helmet of the runner. No call, and it's a pickup of only 1.
Well, I'm very, very surprised that I did not see a flag thrown on that play. When you see a football player's head ripped back like that, they're almost always going to call that because you're beat on the play. Don't reach and just grab anything that's back there. But pickup of only 1 play for Godfrey, 1 yard on the play for Godfrey. 2nd down and 9. They've thrown everything but the kitchen sink at Shiloh Christian, who've been knocked down but not out. Sweep right side. It's going to be to Easter. Easter, a pickup of 4 hard-earned yards that time as Shiloh's line, Nathan Brown, runs out from his linebacker position to make the stop. It'll be 3rd down, and it looks like a long 3, maybe 4 yards. Oh, Shiloh, they need a defensive stop or 2 here, Mike. We'll see if we can get an update on how much time is left in this 4th period.
It should be right around the 9-minute mark, Mike. They started with 9:48, had a couple of plays, so it's right at the 9-minute mark, folks. Those of you joining us at home, Shiloh trailing right now, 64-62. Do not adjust your television or radio dials. It's going to be a give to Godfrey out around the right side. He picks up a good block. He's got a lot of room. He's going to have to be taken down from behind by Shiloh's fastest player, who pushes him out of bounds, Brent Morgan. And Mike, he almost breaks another one. He breaks midfield. It's going to be a big first down. 1st and 10 for Junction City at the 46-yard line of Shiloh.
I don't know how many yards was the pickup on that play, Austin, but that was just unbelievable.
About
40. 35 yards. That puts him over 300 yards rushing on the night.
But Mike, a little, not maybe quite as much intensity. Shiloh starting to pop him a little bit. And some of that tread, as we talked about, wore off of Godfrey a little bit, as he didn't try and cut back in that time.
Yep. Well, they've been able to tackle him low. All of a sudden, they go back up top again. He puts that stiff arm out, bounces off.
Folks, this is Arkansas high school football. It's at its best. If you're just a casual fan, you've got to be loving this game. 1st and 10, Junction City. It's going to be a keeper or an option. It's going to be a keeper by Wes Murray. Murray gets near first down yardage before he is taken down, and Mike Murray would be considered about one of the faster players on a lot of the teams Shiloh has played, and you see how easy Shiloh is able to take him down, though after an 8 or 10 yard gain, compared to these other backs. They are on another level, another planet.
That's the first time they've run that quarterback option tonight, as Murray managed to go off a right tackle, cut that ball up the football field, pick up almost 9.5 yards, brings up 2nd and short.
2nd down and very short at the Shiloh 5-10, about 38-yard line is where they have it spotted. Wing T formation, looks like again for Junction City, offset to the left. Murray back to pass, he's going long, he goes into dual coverage. It could be picked off, almost a great defensive effort that time by Godwin, who gets up slapping the ground, and Mike, he had a beat on it, and if he'd have caught it, his momentum, I think, could have pushed him in the end zone. Shiloh would have had it 1st and 10 at the 20.
Well, that ball was not going to be picked off, Austin, because it was really thrown to the outside, but that's a good spot to do it. You had 2nd and less than half a yard to go. Go ahead and air it out. They're going to be able to pick up this yardage, they think.
8 minutes left to play in this 4th quarter. Shiloh trailing 64-62, and nothing but a bunch of guts out there wearing Shiloh jerseys and helmets, folks. They've stayed in the game trailing 24-0 in the 1st quarter, and they've come back. And if you like a good football team that has a lot of character, you got to appreciate these Saints. Given the backfield to Godfrey. Godfrey taken down because it's hard to run, Mike, when Nathan Brown's got your feet, and that's what he does to Godfrey. And that's going to be another great home team spot, Mike, and he might have got it with the lean, close to a 1st down.
He's got to be very close. I think he's going to be, well, they're going to have to, officials time out here and going to make a measurement on it, but a great tackle. Both ankles wrapped up tight by Nathan Brown. Classic. Well, Shiloh does not want to take a major chance here. What they don't want to do is put 11 guys on the line of scrimmage, and if Godfrey manages to get by that first initial tackler, then he's into that secondary with nobody to catch him. Let's see what happens here.
7 minutes, 14 seconds left to play unofficially here in the 4th and final quarter. 4th down and inches for Junction City, who break huddle in the wishbone. At the Shiloh 37-yard line, give to the right halfback. It's going to be Godfrey. He'll get the 1st down. A yard, maybe a 2-yard gain. Coach Malzahn throws his hands up in disgust from the sideline. Probably not so much, Mike, that he expected Shiloh necessarily just to stop him, but not a lot of good effort and push by Shiloh's defensive front.
Yeah, they really needed to have a big defensive surge there. And that wishbone, you got 3 running backs, 3 choices, and Shiloh just not able to get into that backfield where they can trip Godfrey up.
Shiloh Christian, Mike, back in this game. Under 7 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Junction City methodically all of a sudden walking it down the field. Wing T offset to the right. They'll give to that halfback who bounces out around the left side, who can't go down once, twice. He bounces off another Shiloh tackler. And Shiloh Christian needing some tackle drills here at Junction City. Coming up feeling it, Lorenzo Lee, who should have been stopped for a 3-yard gain, and I think he picks up a 1st down, Mike, with a great spin move, and yes, he does, inside the 20.
That's a real quick 1st down as he manages to spin and break a couple of arm tackles. Austin, there you go again.
20-yard line where Junction City will get it of Shiloh Christian. About 6 minutes, 10, 15, 20 seconds left to play, Mike, in this ball game. Shiloh Christian, not worried about them scoring on offense per se, but Junction City has not been stopped except on one occasion, maybe 2 here tonight. Wes Murray under center, split back formation. He gives again to Lorenzo Lee, who is stacked up by Shiloh Christians. Brent Morgan, Andrew Prey on the play as well.
He goes nowhere, as it took a couple of them. Brent Morgan and Andrew Prey closed very, very quickly just to pick up a couple of yards. Brings up 2nd down and 8. Shiloh, someone has got to step up, Austin, and make a big play. Either get that turnover, but don't tackle the football. Tackle the legs. Take them out from under them. See what happens.
It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Junction City, who break huddle. Looks like it's going to be more of a split back formation again for Junction City. Sweep right side. Lorenzo Lee, who is stuck by Dennis Young. And the menace comes up with a minimal stop. A good stop for a minimal gain. to lead. It's going to be 3rd down and about 6, a long 6 for Junction City, and Shiloh bending but not breaking. And if they can prevent a sweep on the outside, Mike, good chance of getting this ball back.
Well, as number 80 comes into the football game.
Something I'm not sure of, surely we've got 5 minutes, 37 seconds left, Mike, as that clock rolls. Junction City, I'd be surprised if they don't get a first down going for a field goal, Mike, because they ought to know by watching film Shiloh's sure not going to go for a field goal if they get it. This could be your ball game, folks. 3rd down and a long 6. It's an inside handoff, and Shiloh Christian stopping him. Andrew Prey from his linebacker position, Mike, laying some lumber to the tailback, and that is Creer. That'll bring up 4th down and a long 3 in decision time for Junction City. The fans say go for it after all. Hey, they don't have to worry about cashing their check Monday morning.
Well, now someone's starting to walk up and down. One of those coaches getting them fired up, but they're going to be going for this, Austin.
You got to, Mike. You've got the lead. You've got about 4 minutes left in the game. Oh, what do you do here? Oh, I know the players might not be nervous. I'm nervous enough for everybody. It's 4th down and about 3.5 as Junction City has the ball on the Shiloh 14-yard line. They've got the lead as well, 64-62, and there's about 4 minutes to play. Folks, there's a timeout on the field. You bet we're going to take it. I got to get some oxygen. Back at Junction City, Arkansas, Austin Bivens along with Mike Morgan. We welcome those of you back on Kerm Radio. It's 4th down and 3. Junction City is going to go for it in a split-back formation at the Shiloh 14-yard line. They called a timeout. Could it be a little trickery? It's going to be a pass, and it's going to be incomplete, and he drops it, which is very good for Godwin because Shiloh will get extra field position, Mike. Shiloh holds, and they got the ball and a chance for the game with a little over 4 minutes to play.
A little over 4 minutes to play. They're going to take the ball over on downs. What is that, about the 15-yard line?
Right around 14-15 of their own.
15-yard line. They've got 85 yards to go, but you know what? They're in control of their own destiny at this point, Austin. Down by 2 points, 4 minutes to go. That's an eternity for Shiloh, but I think they'd like to slowly and methodically work this thing down the football field. Bottom line is,
they just want to get down there.
You got to score.
That's right. Rhett Lashley and company getting set under center. Actually, he's going to go from shotgun. Twins, it's going to be a keeper this time. Rhett Lashley's got a lot of field in front of him. He evades one tackler, 2. He's going to be hit hard. There's a flag down. Could be holding. It's going to be against Shiloh.
That was thrown in the backfield, unless it was a face mask as he was going by, but looks like they're going to call holding against the Saints. And, Mike,
it's hard to cash the check when you're going into debt on yourself like this in the night. Yeah. Shiloh's backing herself up again.
Yep. They've been able to recover from some of these, Austin, but you just can't keep going to the well. You know, 1st and 30, 1st and 40. This is going to bring up 1st down, and
should be 20, isn't it?
Well, they're inside the 20-yard line.
They're inside the 5s where they're going to wind up spotting it.
Pretty close to that.
Oh, Shiloh Christian, lucky they play a no-huddle, Mike, because every team would need it right now. Around 3.5 minutes left to play in this game. 1st down for Shiloh in about 20. Lashley back to pass. He throws incomplete to David Meyer, and there's a flag. David Meyer lobbies for it. Good politician. He gets it. Mike, they impede his pattern that time as Lamont Creer, and he wasn't even close to catching the ball, was Meyer.
Well, once again, a little slant pattern from his split left position, Austin, and you're right. Creer really kind of cut him about thigh level, and that ball was in the air. He was not able to get to the ball. 1st down.
So Junction City, Shiloh giveth, and now they take away. They'll get a little bit more yardage on account of Junction City. And, folks, it's going to go down to the wire. Take the phone off the hook. Hold your bladder. Don't go get anything to drink. Folks, I'm telling you, you don't want to move right now. It's a ball game. Shiloh sprints to the line, Mike. I don't know what for. Maybe just a little extra incentive, a little more gamesmanship. They're off the line quick. They fake a short pass and then going long. It's going to be blocked, and it could have been intercepted. Oh, that should have been intercepted, Mike. Going for the ball and can't come up with it was Larry Williams, the fullback, the senior. Lashley's arm was hit as he threw, and that was a dead duck.
That was a dead duck, and Shiloh looked like they were going to try something a little bit tricky on that play, but Shiloh has got these guys down on their heels. Go ahead and run your type of football.
2nd down and 10 for Shiloh at their own 15-yard line. Lashley rolling left, throwing left, complete left to Cole McNair again, who dances his way 1st down and more up that left sideline. And Mike, how big has Cole McNair been tonight?
That's his 15th catch for about 14 yards on the night, Austin, and he is getting open over and over again.
Shiloh trails 64-62. Folks, we're officially unsure what the time is. It's going to be around the 3-minute mark right now with Shiloh Christian. First down for the Saints at their own 35-yard line. Lashley in shotgun, trips to the right side. They'll give in the backfield. David Meyer, sweep right side. Andrew Bray seals the corner for him quite well. He's got to get out of bounds, and he does. Shiloh Christian running the ball. First down and a first down as well as getting out of bounds. Shiloh executing well.
Austin, I got to take a breath, kind of settle down here because
a little nervous, are we?
A little bit nervous here, Austin, as Shiloh continues to shake it up. They are not doing anything predictable, Austin, and they are staying right on the football in this no-huddle offense. Little discussion going on with Rhett Lashley, one of the officials.
And Junction City throwing their hats and upset, Mike, and the first possibly major problem for Junction City tonight. Let's sort that out. Junction City very upset, and Mike, Junction City, don't let your emotions